She was just there for the season.
Krew Season Podcast. We are back again. This is episode 124.
Ciento 24.
Say 124? 124.
Ciento
like Papa Gun.
24.
Love to hear, man. Kenny T is in the building with us this evening. OT is in the building with us this evening.
What's good?
And I am a brother to the night. No, D-Chill AC, man. We appreciate y'all tapping into the podcast. It's another episode.
Trying to be the funk in your right.
Yo, right. Y'all don't know nothing about that. All these people.
This should be episode 124.5.
It should be. Well, 1.3.
We ain't gonna say what happened.
Yeah, 0.3.
0.3.
Niggas it went 40 minutes and they record nothing. Y'all about to get 2 word answers from me. We gonna get 2 word answers from
throwing
me.
you under the table.
It was very low vibrational conversation. They wasn't acting right, so I had to cut the cameras and restart.
Get somebody else to do it. Yo, look, man, we appreciate it. Oh man!
All right, man. It's another episode of Krew Season Podcast, man. Smooth couldn't be with us this evening, man. My dog is in Louisiana handling some business, man. But he's gonna be back next week. But in the meantime, we're gonna hold this thing down, man. We got a interesting docket today. We gonna start somewhere else. First and foremost, man, we're gonna get to. We was sent the clip earlier in the week. Says once you make a woman's life easier, she's gonna be your peace. I'm gonna play the clip, and I want to get y'all's take on. Are y'all on board with this version of making a woman's life easier?
Let me tell you the answer now.
What's the answer? All right, we're gonna go play it, man.
Exact answer.
Get rid of everything. Get rid of all those domestic $10 an hour chores she got to do every day. Bro, if I come in the house, I don't even want to see my wife folding clothes. Why you want to see your wife folding clothes for? Bro, she raising the baby, bro. No, you good. We good. They had enough of that. That's what I'm saying. They not their grandmothers, bro. Grandma. What grandmothers do on Sundays? The entire Sunday. They
folding,
dedicate,
cleaning, dishes, everything.
And for some reason, like, we just drag that on.
We do.
Like, we supposed to do that. And then we got some men out here who are saying, no, I can't marry her, bro. She don't cook and clean and what.
Right.
Nobody want to do that. First of all, our grandma ain't want to do that shit, bro. Yeah. My grandma had 12 kids.
My grandma had 9.
Yeah, you see, and they had to do all that with 9 kids. Why you want to bring that traumatic experience to your wife to do the same thing?
Traumatic.
The thing is, that energy gonna come on to me. If she got to cook and clean all day, I'm gonna come home after I just got finished working, and she I'm like, damn, bro, like, how can I fix this? And that's when I started hiring all the cleaners and all the people around the house.
And I think a lot of dudes don't realize that once you make a woman's life, especially if it's a woman that's really rocking with you, y'all for each other, once you make her life easier, we always talking about peace. We need peace of mind. She's gonna be that peace that you talking about once you make her life that simple and easy.
Yeah, but she can't be your peace if she just doing all these chores and shit, bro. That's what $1 million do.
Get your ass in the kitchen.
Bitch, you don't get your ass. Goddamn. And fold new clothes. All right, my man said he don't need his woman doing no chores. And we as men, we got to stop requiring these old, traumatizing
experiences,
duties and responsibilities that our foremothers had to deal with.
I didn't realize survival skills was traumatizing.
I didn't think my grandma hated cooking. My grandma loved cooking for us. Shoot,
she loved to see us eat.
Day. Shoot.
That's what I know.
Sunday meals, boy. She knew everybody was coming by the house, all the family. She still know. Thanksgiving, guess what they doing? Cooking. Want to go eat grandma's food. Whenever you go to grandma's house, have you ate, baby? No, even though you just ate, you still want to get some grandma cooking. Mm-hmm. Grandma love to cook. But maybe his grandma was making Hot Pockets or going to McDonald's. Actually, if you if she had McDonald's money, I don't know.
Hot Pockets from grandma is crazy.
if cooking is that much, then
Washing your own clothes,
man, fam.
your own drawers. That's
On
the issue.
Sundays, though, I mean, as a grown ass man, you want to wash your own clothes anyway. I mean, at least I did. And I'm not married. I wash my own clothes.
Are you doing it on Sundays always?
No, I would do it on Saturdays because Sundays I want to watch football. Or I would do it on Sundays if what time my team was playing. So if my team was playing, the Cowboys playing at 7 or 8 o'clock at night, hell yeah, I got time to do all kind of shit during the day. What else I'm doing? If they playing at 12 noon, after that, I could still wash clothes.
I'm doing mine whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, I mean, you try to keep it. You know, she got her basket, I got my basket. We ain't putting all our clothes in one basket. Now the towels and stuff, they go in one basket. But I mean, that's a give or take thing.
So y'all saying y'all are against hiring people to take care of these duties? What
Me,
y'all saying?
I am. And maybe if I had $1 million, maybe I would hire somebody to fold clothes, but not to cook. I'll be damned. I'll be damned because I like coming home to seeing my wife want to put something on the stove for me, like cook for me, because you know that's a way to a man's heart is food. Really, like you want to get a man's heart. If you can cook, you can fill him up. Oh, baby, man, that food was good to the motherfucker. I know why I married your ass.
That take away the intimacy.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think cooking is low key an intimate thing.
If I got to come home and find out what the hell I'm going to eat after I just worked, come
Or I
on,
gotta pay
dog.
somebody.
And you been at house all day? All day you was at the house. You couldn't put no beans on the slow cook.
She ain't got no kids.
Even if you had one kid, two people not having 9 kids nowadays. Most people not having 9 kids.
Right.
It's rare you come out somebody with 3 kids, whatever the case is. But say you had 1 or 2 kids on average. You still they get gone at school. But what are you doing from that point on?
Keeping herself up because she has to work out because men say they want a woman that's
And I
fit.
got to work out too because I got to be fit too.
She got to get her nails done, her hair done, eyelashes done.
Who got to pay for that?
Makeup done.
It's patriarchy. Don't be mad at the system you guys created.
Eyebrows. She got to buy the hair.
Yeah, out of whose pocket? Mine. And if I'm playing my employee, you gonna get your
My employee is crazy.
you gonna get your ass in there and put in some work.
It's good. Turn into 1099.
Oh, my bad. This is the liquor. My bad. No, but for I mean, I guess I don't have $1 million, so I can't really speak.
Right.
Broke man over here.
But
Yeah, I'm the second broke man. I might have to agree with bro. I don't. I just my only question is that if I take away all those duties, now mind you, she's not working. Right? If she's working, I completely understand what you're saying. But if I'm a millionaire, she's not working, so she's at home all day, and she's not gonna do no cooking. She's not gonna do no cleaning. She's not gonna really like teach the kids or take care of the kids. We're gonna be honest, because a lot of rich people hire nannies and tutors and things of that nature, right? So if I'm paying for all of these things and working and paying the bills, what is your contribution to this relationship?
outside of sex.
That right there would be my only question, right?
Peace.
She rubbing my back.
She's giving you peace when you come home,
What's she doing?
staring at you like a mannequin waiting for you to tell her to move.
But that's counterbalancing because you causing me a bunch of expenses.
I'm a
You see what I'm
millionaire.
saying?
He
I'm a
got it.
millionaire. I got it,
He
B.
ain't worried about those bills.
True.
He ain't worried about it
It's
until the
very
nanny becomes too high. Until
And-
the
and
shift
it'll-
becomes too high.
Until she goes spend too much on that credit card at Birkin.
I'm not doing nothing else at the house. What else you want me to do? Just stay in here and stare at the wall? No, babe. I mean, just want you to bring me peace. I'm gonna bring you peace, all right? Come out.
These chicks don't even be at peace with their damn self. How's she gonna bring me some peace? Let's call that what it is. A lot of these women be bringing trauma and all type of shit into a relationship. How's she gonna bring me peace if she ain't at peace? And let's call a spade a spade. If you honestly in your heart think that providing all of these things for a woman from a material perspective is gonna stop her from complaining at all, I can tell you have not interacted with a lot of women in your lifetime. And you're gonna have a very rude awakening. Because women are gonna find something to complain about. Like complaining is in their nature. It is innate. Like it's a gene. Like they're born with it. Like they can't control. Like things could be going perfectly fine. She's still gonna complain. Like there's no way around that. Right. So when he's saying, I just want to come home. Every time I used to come home and my girl was doing these chores, she used to nag. And if you think that that's going to stop when she's been in that house all day, not doing a damn thing, you've been gone all day, and you finally come home, if you think she's not going to nag your ear off, you are sadly mistaken.
She's not going to nag at him about those things. But she will find something else to nag about.
Of course she will.
Or you going to find a high credit card bill because she has to go out and find something to do with herself.
Something.
And then when you question her about that credit card bill, what do you think is coming behind that? Peace?
What do you want me to do? I have nothing to do around here.
She wants all that free time so she can start her own business.
Maybe that's it. That we're not thinking outside the box, B.
That's
She wants the free time to start her own business.
Yep.
true, because she always wanted to be a MUA. Mm-hmm. And now this will be okay. Okay.
That's
I
the
see
piece.
what y'all saying. Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
You need to get $1 million, and then we could talk about this.
Right. Because as long as we in this broke boy
Era.
bracket, you know what I'm saying, we're not going to be able to see the... Okay, I see. You know what? You're right, man. I can see it. Prayers to all parties involved, man. Next subject. Clip says the more successful a woman is, the harder it'll be for her to maintain a relationship. I'm going to play this clip. Get y'all take on it, man.
Women who make more than their husbands in heterosexual marriages are up to 3 times more likely to get cheated on. Another recent study found that men's stress levels rise if their female partners earn more than 40% of the household income. Researchers find that promotions to top jobs dramatically increase a woman's likelihood of divorce, a pattern that does not hold true for men. In a series of studies published in the American Psychological Association's Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, men felt bad when their wives beat them at something. But they also subconsciously lost confidence when their wives got any wins, even when they weren't in direct competition with their partners. And this was true across all kinds of achievements, personal, social, and intellectual. Men felt worse about themselves when their partner succeeded compared to when she failed. And when their partner succeeded at self-esteem took an even bigger hit, and in turn, their relationship satisfaction diminished. There's quite a bit of this data that seems to suggest that for ambitious women, personal success comes with a higher likelihood of relationship stress. And as long as we live in a world in which women's ambition often comes with these steep social and personal penalties, it's likely that these gender gaps will persist. In fact, there's quite a bit of research that shows women often change their behaviors in interactions that involve men to avoid this kind of backlash. For more on this kind of research and data, visit tooambitious.com to subscribe. Women.
So she's essentially saying the more successful she is as a woman, the more of an indictment it is on the man, or at least in their mind, at least in the man's mind, how he perceives it. Every win that she has that's not directly attributed to me jeopardizes my control of the relationship, jeopardizes my position in the relationship, my leadership ability, especially if the win is against me directly, if we competing at something and I lose. She's saying that men's ego is fragile enough to take that and build resentment toward his woman. So every win that she has that's not associated with me or that I'm not responsible for, I'm taking it as she don't need me or as my position is jeopardized. What's y'all take on that, man?
I'm gonna let you go, KT.
Guess you can't refute the stats. I mean, damn, that makes it hard on women to be. I don't know, man. I think a lot of men's egos need to be checked, according to that stat. Because what it sounds like is it doesn't matter what a woman does if it doesn't include the man that she's with. It's a failure to him, and it's really nothing a woman can do but except just play victim and lose at everything, and make the man feel better, make his feelings feel better. In that case, I feel like that's wrong. So what I say, women keep doing what the fuck you doing and leave these broke ass niggas alone. If they can't keep up, leave them in the dust.
Replace them.
Fuck it.
Leave them for the rest of them.
Damn. Cole, what's your thoughts on that, man? Every win that a woman has, it's not directly associated with her man. It's an indictment on his leadership and his position in the relationship. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I don't think so. I mean, I would want to know where they got that from. Like, what type of dudes they asked. Was this married men, relationship, you know? Like, I kind of want to know who they posed in a sense. I think that would kind of give me a little more insight. But I don't think it's, I don't know, it don't affect me. You happen to win at something, I mean, it was luck. Or I probably let you win.
And that's the problem. Right there.
You feel me?
That's it.
So,
That's the problem.
but I ain't gonna, you know, be mad or my ego gonna be hurt or something like that. You know, a dead clock strikes twice, you know, time twice a day. You know, wherever that shit go. A dead clock is right twice a day.
Dead clock strike twice, right in the
You know.
The clock turned 12 on 2, but not 3. Because it's 1 + 1 equals
Cinderella
3.
slipper.
But man, that never bothered me.
Okay, well then don't speak for you. Speak in general. Can you see a scenario in which this can be true?
Money, but outside of that, I don't know. If niggas really getting upset from losing from like dominoes or some shit like that, like you got some issues. You want to beat you at a card game before?
I mean,
I don't think me and my wife ever play cards against each other. I don't know. What you
I
gonna
mean,
say?
it's just like if you went bowling with your girl and your girl beat you in bowling. Be like, God damn, I need to get my shit together. Like, God damn, I just let this woman beat me in bowling. Yeah, you gonna feel because you feel like you're more dominant in a physical, any type of athletic game, right?
If you beat me, you got lucky.
That's
But that's
misogyny, right there.
Yeah, that's
Is it misogyny?
that's jealousy.
I had an off night
Or she could have just been
because out of
better.
100 times,
Or she could have just been better. How would you know?
because
You only played one time.
before.
You only played one time.
We done went 10 times,
if you-
played 3 games each time. You
No.
won 1 out of 30.
That's
You got
crazy.
lucky.
You don't let her get 1 out of 30. Damn.
No, I remember I said he was going bowling one time, and he never went back bowling again since that same situation. She must have beat his ass down.
I'm going.
Nah, I mean,
But can you see a scenario in which these stats will be true?
yeah, I do.
money,
I do see a lot of men that that are scared of their woman making more than them because they base their relationships on what kind of financial abilities they can bring to a relationship because they have no emotional intelligence or can communicate well with women. Mm-hmm. So they lean hard on their money and try to control them with their money. And when they can't do that, then it's like, oh shit, how else can I, lead this relationship or deal with her emotions instead of just buying her gifts? How can I talk her through what's going on, or how can I communicate well with her? Mm-hmm. That's how I feel it is.
Using the stat that she said 40% more, then hell yeah. Like, she's almost doubling your pay. So I get it. Well, not almost up, but you know what I mean.
No,
Yours and a half, time and a half.
No,
so
I think the stat was that if she makes
it said 40%.
of the whole total house income, like both of theirs together.
Oh yeah.
She was saying like she doesn't make 40% more than him. She just brings 40. Like if it's 40%, she brings maybe 45% of the household income. He still brings 55.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she brings 45%. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, 60, 64, or 59, 41.
Okay. I get you.
That's a problem because she's too close.
Yeah, too close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when a lot of men try to use that. I feel like men in those scenarios try to use or using their money as a means to how they can dictate the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I think, but it might be where a woman's saying, "Hey, I'm making just as much as you, and what you doing to be better?" I don't know.
But see, now I gotta ask y'all an honest question.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that pressure that men are putting on themselves, or is that just society in general?
To have to make more money than a woman.
Not only that, but they have to be dominant over their woman. Because if we look at it, like if you look at sports, like women's version of men's sports is typically a joke, right? If a woman tries to compete in a male sport with men, like they're laughing at her, like it's like ridiculed, it's like it's not taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? So even if like video games, another thing, your girl get on, let's say y'all playing 2K, she beat you in 2K. The whole house is gonna clown you to death. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think society kind of caters to that. Like a man should be dominant over his woman in everything for her to even respect him.
Literally everything.
Yeah, the whole house is going to clown you until she beat the whole house down. Then it's like, okay, she's really good at what the fuck she's doing. Now we need to respect that. Right? So I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm different. I don't tend to gravitate away from the fact that I have to be the household breadwinner of my family if I had a family. Because I see it as a partnership. Like what we're coming into things what we got together. Money wise, we can deviate the finances that way. We can do this, find out who's better at what. You know, finances is a small part of the situation. How do we, communicate better with each other? How do we emotionally entail with each other? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the main part of a relationship. The finance stuff, you can work that out. Especially if both of y'all are making money.
But she making money too, so now she got a lot more say so.
Well, she's got the right to have say so. I'm not arguing that. But if you're a logical person, an understanding person about finances, if this woman is good with her money, and if you're bad with money, then hey, maybe she needs to make most of the financial decisions. Or maybe you need to find out, okay, hey, if she's both making money, maybe we need to have separate accounts, and this is what we're putting towards the family. You can deviate that way. I guess finance is not the whole house, the end all be all of your relationship. Because like we said, you can make $1 million and she not making money. What else is she doing for you?
But I think we know that. I don't think they understand that yet. Because it's newer for a lot more of the women. Like we understand, well, no, a lot. We do. But there's a sector of men who understand that money isn't everything because you still got to keep her happy in various ways because it's hard to keep a woman happy. So you got that sector. Then you got the other half who just, I want to make this money just so I can tell her what to do and how to do it. So it's like we're competing against each other for the wrong reason.
But see, and again, even with that, I would say that that's more of an environmental thing than a man just playing those tricks in his head. Like I think we are programmed to, like as a man, you need to be better than a woman at everything.
Literally.
Even from kids. Like if you're playing basketball against a kid, like to a boy and a girl playing basketball, it's assumed that the boy should win. And if he doesn't, he's going to get ridiculed for that. Everything.
Except for nurturing.
You got to run faster. You got to be stronger.
Right. You got to run faster. You got to be stronger. Like if a girl beats you in wrestling, you will be ridiculed for that. It don't matter. She could be a world class whatever, right? She go in the MMA and let's say that she beat like a low level dude in the MMA. That's a man. He'll be his career is over. Let's call it what it is. But I think it. Right, and you know what? But you never know.
But you never know.
There's women out here that can, whatever. Right. But either
never
way,
say never.
The optics, the aesthetics of that is just like wow. Like no, you know what I'm saying? Like that should never happen. So I think that kind of is programmed in us from young, and the fact that a lot of us don't look at women as equals. Shit, a lot of us don't look at women as human. A lot of us look at women as pawns or pieces in our story on our chessboard or whatever that we can just manipulate and control at our own leisure. You know what I'm saying? So for her to have any power, for her to have anything that's close to my level in terms of power, it's unsettling for a lot of men. Just like she said, if the woman's making 40% of the household income, a man is going to begin to get uncomfortable with that. And it's because it's not necessarily the say, but it's the optics of it. Because we don't want to be seen as, hey, your woman's making more money than you. Like that right there is a big ass, hurdle, red flag. Like, because like just the idea of that. If you hear that a man and a woman is married and the woman is making, let's say $20,000, $30,000 more than the man, right off top, you thinking, damn, what's wrong with him? Most people. Now I wouldn't, right? Because I'm grown enough, I done lived enough life to
big
know.
age, I think you would be like, hey man,
Right. But it's just, but the wild part is, even a lot of men our age that are traditional minded will look at that crazy.
oh,
But I think like we more modern minded, you know what I'm saying? We still have traditional things that we, you know, are innate in us. But I think we've begun to adapt more to how society is. But it's a lot of older men that would not even date a woman that's making more money than them. Because they feel like, oh no, she gonna try to control me. She gonna try to big dog me. But it goes by what, you know, again, how men have been programmed. Our worth is tied to our value in terms of what we bring to the table. From a financial perspective, from a protection perspective, which is why we can't lose to women in anything physical. Right.
Nothing.
And then in a provide perspective. So it's like all of these things, if we not just beating our women, but head over heels dominating them in it, it's a problem. It's uncomfortable. And that causes women to kind of feel the need to dumb themselves down so I don't make my man uncomfortable. Let me act like I don't know how to, you know, open this pickle jar so I can make my man feel more, you know, or whatever. Let me act like I don't know how to change this tire so I can make my man feel more masculine.
Open the pickle jar that you can't open.
See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there.
You know she talking shit all
And
day.
she come over there.
You know she talking shit all day.
Come on, man.
That's where bullets come.
Fail.
Could you imagine that?
Fail.
Because somebody else did
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh shit.
Fam, she gonna talk shit all day, and I'm gonna have to laugh at her. I'll be like, God damn, you strong motherfucker.
Hey.
You know why you got them strong grips, huh? Because you been gripping this stuff.
No.
You gotta swing it back on them. God damn.
But see, but just a situation like that,
They ain't
It's
gonna let
funny.
you live it down.
It is funny.
that would cause the issue within the house.
What it caused the issue would just be like, damn, maybe I need to start getting my ass back in the gym. Like, damn, she opened this pickle jar. I couldn't. I would laugh at the situation. Like, damn, she got strong grip.
I loosened it up for her.
Yeah, I loosened it up for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'd be that bad of a to where I start be like, damn, this relationship can't go nowhere.
No.
She's starting to take over.
Yeah.
But
I think it's only money. I think that's when it comes to
She-Hulk.
I don't think it's just money, bro. I'm telling you, I think money is the most important aspect, hands down. That's not debatable. But I think the other wins, it's kind of like, you know, death by 1,000 cuts type of situation.
Okay.
The more of these things that happen,
That she's better
it's
than
just
you.
the more like, God damn, like, am I
questioning
really?
yourself.
Can I lead this? Like that. That's how most men think. Like, am I leading this? She's better than me at everything. She's smarter than me. She's stronger than me. She makes more money than me.
Nigga ain't gonna go.
You know what I mean? Like, as a man, it's just like my job is to be dominant.
Damn.
She better than me at everything.
You need to choose wisely. You pick the Hulk.
You gotta find out.
Damn. Shit.
You gotta date down.
Damn.
You gotta say that.
You gotta date down. Or damn.
But see, look, just
You
that
got
right there.
You got a strong woman.
Just that right there. He said you should have choose wisely.
Well, shit, I married the Hulk. God damn, she good at everything. God damn, I come to y'all. Like, she good at everything. Don't fuck with her. She good at dominoes. She better not play her. 2K, she good at that too.
Fist fight. She was
Fist
wrestling
fight.
champ all state.
Track star. God damn, don't try to run away from him. She gonna chase you down. Yeah, she make $500,000
You behind
a
her?
year. I'm right behind her.
I'm with you.
But when we walk on the side of the road, she gonna walk on the right side of me, so she ain't gonna get hit by no car. I'm gonna do the manly things I'm supposed to do.
I'm
But
with
she just good at stuff.
I'm with you.
And see, and that right
I
there.
still gotta open the door for her.
I hear you.
Or else she gonna beat my ass.
Beta.
But
What I
that
told you about leaving the kitchen door. I told you put this teeth down on the
And you
toilet.
don't want to go be complaining.
Know what I'm saying?
Baby.
I don't know.
Why
but
you left this sock on the floor?
I'm about to whoop your ass for leaving socks on the floor.
Nah, man, y'all wrong for that.
But it's just funny. But again, though, like I feel like very few men would have that type of maturity. Very few men, and they're not gonna say it out loud, but it's gonna build in them, and they're gonna be like, man, I don't know. So that type of man will go cheat on them.
Right. Out of insecurity.
Right. To go try to get his power back. Let me get some kind of like, you know, ego grandizing whatever,
Yeah.
so I can feel like something. Shit. And that's what causes a lot of the issues that she was speaking about in this clip. So I think it's, you know, it's an interesting dynamic, man. I don't necessarily agree with in terms of me Could I deal with something like that? Sure. But I don't think most men can.
That's sad.
Yeah. But we're gonna keep this thing moving, man. It's another clip entitled, I Don't Care About a Man's Potential. It's about his productivity.
Care about a man's potential at all. I don't.
Baby girl, love.
I care about his productivity, because now you wake up with the man in his boxers on your couch in your refrigerator scratching his balls talking about when his dinner ready, and he don't even know how much your rent is.
Right.
There's no way. I don't play sleepovers. I don't play house. I don't do none of that. That's not my shit. I don't play those type of games. There's no way a man is sleeping up comfortably or even coming over talking about something. I want to chill. My house is not an entertainment system, baby. That's not what we doing. You want to take me out, court me properly, date me properly, and I'm not a virgin. Let me tell you, it's harder to get my pussy now than it was then. You should have hit it then when I was open and I was naive and I was ready for everything. And I didn't know my worth. But now here I am, and I'm a girl with depth, with substance, with coof. There's no way I'm even allowing a man to even know where I live at until he done proved himself. You don't even get the address. Yeah. You don't even get the address. And this is what I be talking about. Women take things so lightly and men don't. So let's just go back to the narrative saying like a man wants you all in, and he wants you all in, and he's not all in because he's waiting for you to prove yourself. Because women give it up too easy. Care about a man.
You let that nigga Terry bold.
Yeah,
I know I look pissed.
But I mean, she said she didn't grow up. She found her worth. You can't knock her for that. But what was the question?
Well, it wasn't really a question. She was just saying like she don't
or,
give a damn about a man's potential. It's about productivity. So I guess the question would be, would that be the smart way to move? I think we can unanimously agree on that. But I guess I want to say, is it cap? It all sounded good. But do you think that when she goes, this camera cuts off and she goes back to her real life and that dude that she really like hits her, is she going to be able to stand on everything she said?
Allegedly.
Like not coming to her house, or?
She said they coming to the house. She's saying
But I mean, that should be what you're supposed to do.
That's showing potential right there. I got potential to be a good man by courting you, going to your house, taking you out to eat. What do you need after that is what I want. I want the answer from after that. Like, what do you need after that? Because taking you out to dinner, picking you up, not at your house, so I don't know how the hell else I'm gonna get you unless I send an Uber. I still need your address for that anyway. So you're probably gonna drive, but then you probably don't want to drive because you're a lady, so you need to get picked up. So I already got your address. But anyway,
so you saying that's the first cap.
That might be one cap there. But other than that, I mean, if I take you on a date, what other stuff do you need to see that's productive besides the date, the courting?
Right.
Because that's just showing potential. I got the potential to be a good man to you, but I could do that to 600 women. No, I don't want to go on a date. All right, let me take you out. I'm going to show you the manners and everything. But what do you need after that? And that's what I didn't get from her. But what is considered productivity, not potential?
She's basically saying, I need to see it come to realization. I don't want to hear about what you could do. I don't want to hear about, what you want, what you aspire to do. None of that. I need to see results before I give in any type of benefit. That's what she's saying.
And what is that?
What's that? You mean the productivity?
Yeah. What is her viewpoint on productivity? That's what I need out of her mouth.
Yeah.
I know what you would probably say, but I need it out of a woman's mouth for us men to understand what you need to see as productivity.
Because what she said is right too. She was saying like men will want you to prove yourself to them, which is true. I want to see what you're capable of. If I'm going, marry you or take you serious, absolutely. So I get what she's saying on that part, but she didn't really get into why she said what she said, like Kenny was saying.
And that's why I think it's cap.
Because she don't know.
Correct.
I feel you.
I think it's more just defensive talking. She didn't got finesse before. She's basically saying, I'm not going to get finesse the same way that I did before. These are my standards, blah, 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 blah. But like I said, all that shit sounds great. And I'm sure that the man that's smashing anyway is laughing while he's watching this clip, right? Because there's always a guy or two that are, immune to these walls that they try to put up, and these requirements and these standards and all of this shit like that. And you can talk as passionate as you want to. And she's from New York, so New York women talk passionately. Salute to 8 at the table. I like what y'all doing out there in the YouTube space. But yeah, I don't believe it. I think it sounds great. I think she's more trying to convince herself than she is trying to say, "Hey, this is just how I'm moving." You can tell just in the delivery. It's a lot of built up frustration. It's a lot of built up tension. I'm not gonna let these niggas do me like this no more.
She done been done wrong with a lot of times.
Right. So now let me say these things so now I can scare off the men who just want to waste my time. Let me explain something, sweetheart. You're not gonna scare them off. Men see right through that. Because if I'm on this quote unquote little roster or something that you talking about, I don't give a damn about none of that you just said. I'm gonna still approach you the same way because I don't believe you. Prove it to me. Women say these things all the time. All the time. I ain't no man gonna do like this. I'm the man think he can just pull up to my crib whenever. That ain't happening. He think he can get the sex from me without taking me on dates. That ain't happening. He think he can do this and that. And as I'm listening to him, I'm just shaking my head. I'm just laughing.
Well, all she said was dates. So
That was it.
That's what I would be like. All right,
the bar is low.
How did you take her on a date? Boom. Oh, you don't want me to come over to your house? Cool. You could come. You ain't said you wouldn't come to my house. Hey, I would finagle my way around it. You didn't give me no valid reason or valid example of productivity that you need to see
Outside of taking on a date.
outside of taking you on a date.
Because niggas wasn't taking on dates before. Possibly.
He was just pulling up and sleeping on her couch and scratching his
I
balls,
need to see effort.
opening her refrigerator.
And that's the bare minimum.
That ain't even a bit.
No, I'm saying them taking on dates is bare minimum.
Yeah, that's young. That's young days. And I understand, you know, she admitted she gave up the punani back in the day, and she ain't doing that now.
A lot of times.
Over that. But she is giving it up over dates. So I ain't gonna say she is. Don't take that personal. I don't know who you are. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that. Let me backtrack.
I don't backtrack.
What I'm saying is you need to give better examples of what you need to see as productivity. Instead of just saying dates, because that's just the norm. Really.
But apparently it ain't. And you want to know why?
Oh, and it wasn't the norm for her.
Right.
But in reality, it should be the norm. And now you still gonna get finessed. Damn.
Because
It's a cold game.
It's a cold game.
You just gave them the playbook.
There we go.
I'm telling you, hey, listen.
That's
I graduated summa cum laude. And I see through all the, I'm telling you, I'm just going to take in all the information and be like, all right, so if I do just a little bit more, you're going to fall hell over heels. Because I done way more than what they did.
Yep.
Or I do things just a little bit different. Okay, you want me to come pick you up? Okay, cool. I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to send the Uber XL. We're going to go somewhere nice. Maybe we can go out of town, something like that. And niggas don't put that type of effort towards you. Oh, you pay for everything the whole weekend?
And then you don't want to hit. You just send her back home. See, I'll catch up with you later.
They don't know about that,
when I'm gonna see you again.
They don't know about that, Kenny.
Oh shit! I might be free around this time. I don't be doing this type of stuff. I just heard about it back in the.
He didn't even try to have sex with me.
You know,
He didn't even mention sex.
Way back. You know what I'm saying?
There's nothing to how niggas be mentioning sex from the first second. But anyway,
Because they don't get it.
Yep.
And that ain't spoken about enough. You know what I'm saying? Well, it is.
Why you ain't
Like
try to have
said.
sex with me? You know, baby, I just wasn't on that type of time.
I didn't see you in that way.
You know?
But now,
You know what I'm
since
saying?
you brought it
But
up,
we can meet up again later on. You know what I'm saying? If the vibe is right, we can light up the night.
Baby, I go on vibes, baby. You know, it just got to be fit. I don't want to rush anything.
Zip.
I want you to feel
You
comfortable.
can't even get through the whole
At all.
sentence.
But you know, again, that's the landscape. Y'all remember that clip that we reviewed a couple weeks back when dude was trying to take it slow with old girl. She was like, "Nah, don't take it slow with me. I know what I want. I'm trying to get put through the sheetrock.
I know who you are. I can't here for you. I don't care about none of these cameras. I don't care about none of that.
But you know, again, that goes to show that she's not as evolved as she thinks she is. Because just like O just said, you literally just gave me the playbook. Okay, so you want to be taking on dates. So I'm going to find the most bare minimum way that I can meet that qualification. Still, I'm going to give you a little bit of attention on the back end of that just to get what I want. And then I'm out. It's not gonna cost me that much. I'm a man making a decent amount of money. I can take you to, spend $100 here, $100 there, 2-3 dates, get the ass, and I'm gone. Shit, I spend $300 when I go out to eat by myself.
Damn, that's another problem. Boy, it's getting expensive to eat out here, boy.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
That's another thing too. Just several dates. So you don't have to do one big date. Just do several dates, $75, $100 each. She done had a blast. I'd have been gone the whole day. She don't know what to do with it. So we had so much fun. She texts you the group. She texting the group chat. She in love on the first day. Got her.
And again, I don't want to make it like that we just like trying to just ridicule y'all and trying to finesse women. That's not the case. The thing about this is that I want everything she's saying in this video to be true.
Absolutely.
I would like for that to be the case.
Absolutely.
I just don't believe that that's reality and it's based on experiences. But again, if y'all move like she said move, then you will be good more times than not. I mean, it's still gonna be some dudes that's gonna be able to finesse through the cracks, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean,
you're gonna eliminate most of them who there for the bullshit.
You got people who can break the law a little bit. It's just men got women that can break the law a little bit. It's just
true.
It's that way. Some people that you just want to hit, that you just physically want to do something to. So I mean, they wiggle through the cracks off your bare negotiables a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So
I know me charge $300, but for you,
you know what I'm saying
$298 for you, Chief. All right, man. Prayer star party.
Normally wrap it up, but for you,
I'm a raw dog. Pain, my nigga.
yeah. Raw dog.
Hey, why niggas walk around the party with that belt? That nigga Tommy beat the brakes off.
yeah, that bitch chest was out.
Oh, boy, just a damn fool, dog.
Heard they call you Hitman.
Like, get me.
That nigga flipped so hard.
He got a charity belt on his face. Holy shit.
We talking about Martin if y'all don't know.
Oh, man. All right, we're going to keep this thing pushing, man. There's another clip that came out recently. Tia Mowry and Corey Hardrick.
Oh, shit.
Had a divorce after a lengthy marriage. I think it was around 15 years approximately. Don't quote me. But it recently came to an end. And Tia, was speaking about, how the, marriage is a curriculum. I'm going to play this clip as she breaks down why it's that way. And I want to get y'all take on it.
One of my friends, she sent this beautiful letter to me from a woman who got a divorce. And it's all about, this perspective, in my opinion, and just changing the narrative. My marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children.
Yeah.
And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. But no, at the end of the day, it's, are they happy? Are they thriving? Are they growing? And I feel like that is what is most important. It's not about staying in something because however long you are in that situation, that equals success. It's about really, again, are you happy? Because life is really short.
Marriage is a curriculum which you go through to learn yourself, and you come out on the other side. Just because it didn't reach 30, 40 years of marriage does not mean that it was a failure. It was a learning experience, curriculum. What's your thoughts on that, man?
You failed. You might have learned, but you still failed.
With no damn graduation.
There wasn't no graduation. There ain't no graduation at the marriage. That is the graduation. That is the ceremony. That is the career field.
So she said she's trying to change the narrative.
And don't change no narrative. No, because then everybody's just gonna be getting divorced just cause.
That's because she just don't want to look bad. That's what it is.
She don't want to feel like it was a failure. Just because you failed marriage don't mean it was the end all be all. It just didn't work out. You failed. You failed at that marriage. That's okay. You learned something coming out of it. Why a curriculum that you graduate at? You can cheat through curriculums. Obviously.
Nigga crazy as hell.
I mean, I think it's just foul that she said that and they agreed with her, because I know if a man would have said that shit,
What? Hey, what up?
roasted, fucking left. Imagine me coming out there saying, felt like it was curriculum.
Appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
Learned a lot.
I learned a lot. I feel like I graduated this part of the semester.
You know, we
Trying
made
to move on, going to the University of Oxford.
You know, we made some beautiful babies.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, and
Yeah.
That's all I was here for.
I took my test and I passed.
You know?
She was a stepping stool.
You know?
My wife was a stepping stool.
I was happy for a while, but you know, this course is not the course I want no more. So
I decided to change my
Major.
my major and go into another career field, single.
After 14 years.
You know, and then find somebody else to graduate off of.
Because at the end of the day, like, it's not, you don't really own people, right? You only have your turn with them, right? So I think this is a situation, you know, curriculum, our time was spent. We created kids, sure. And they will be taken care of. But for me and my personal growth, I feel like this was a stepping stool and I need to move on to something better. Now, that's not saying that, you know, I wish her any bad. Or, you know, we both learned, I wish them the best, wish her the best. But I just need to be, you know, I need to progress my learning curve in terms of graduating from this university.
So allegedly, I heard, I don't know how true this is, 'cause I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh,
But, you know, just from getting my synopsis from Twitter, they said that basically she felt that she evolved, like outgrew him in a sense. Like she was kind of elevating and he was kind of staying where he was at.
you mean in terms of career or just period?
I think period. Just relationship growth.
Yeah,
And I also think she was making more than him too.
well, that'd have been the case since they met.
But that could be, yeah. So
Let's just be
That's
honest.
I saw that somewhere in there too.
That's a wild statement to make.
Hey,
And like I said, could you imagine if a man said those words?
we get killed for that, bro. And she was so praised,
No.
cheered on.
Stop right there. I want you to go into detail about we get killed for feeling like we reach a new level in life and our woman needs to upgrade. I want you to go into detail about,
That's you. That's your lane.
you know what I mean? Because it's just,
He said that's your play.
I mean, it's cool. I touch on it because women kill men for that all the time, right? When he elevate, when he get the money, when he reach a certain status, he don't reward the woman who was down with him. He replace her for somebody that, you know, one of these chicks that's in the industry or whatever the case may be, lead a woman that was riding with him when he was nobody in the dirt.
She held you down.
But as a man, he come out and say, well, look, man, we just grew apart. If he come out and say what she said or what they saying she said, hey, man, I just elevated, baby. I'm making more money. My career better now. I got more opportunities. I had to leave her where she was at. She was just curriculum. She was just learning a learning curve to get me to where I needed to go, baby.
She
But
was
I'm
still
here
in
now.
algebra and I was in calculus 3.
Simple and plain, man.
And
What you said, Kenny?
she was still in algebra. And
She was only there for the season.
it could have been. That's just sad.
He would get
That's honestly, that's
crucified
a
for that,
sad
bro.
statement to make, and for them to crown her on that part.
Okay.
on, man.
It's a PR thing. PR move for sure.
It's genius. It's genius because neither one of them, you know, it's no foul play involved. We just mutually, it ain't shit. Let me explain something. It ain't shit mutual about a divorce. Let's call that what it is. I'm tired of hearing that because rarely ever, maybe lottery odds, is there a case to where we both wake up and say, you know what, it would best suit both of us if we just go our separate ways. It don't work like that. It's one person wants to leave, the other person has to acquiesce. After trying to fight for it, hey, let's go to therapy. Hey, can we do this? Hey, can we do that? Hey, can we do this? And that person says, you know what? I don't feel like any of that is going to get us where we need to be. I'm firm in my stance. I want to leave this situation. Other person has to acquiesce. That's how it goes 90% of the time. People need to stop with this, we came to a mutual. No, you wanted to leave. Let's call it what it is. You felt like you elevated. You felt like, hey, he's not, career-wise, maybe he's not as hungry as I want him to be. Mm-hmm. He's not chasing it like I need him to be or whatever. He's good where he's at. And I want a man who's more ambitious. So I want a man who's more whatever. Say that. But if she says that, she's scared she's going to look bad for saying that. Mm-hmm. But that's the truth. When you come out here and just play in my face with PR words and phrases, it's like, come on, bro.
I think that's why people use the phrase mutually. That way no side seems who wanted to leave. But saying that you just grew out, now you just made it seem bad that you just grew apart from, you graduated from something and he wasn't there. That I feel like that's worse than mutual. You don't know what foul play came on between the two. It was just mutual. Hey, we just went separate ways. Mm-hmm. We just grew apart. But when you say it was just a curriculum and I graduated, the fuck?
You know she wanted to leave. So
what the fuck did I do? I wasn't in class with you. I didn't wake up every day to go to school with you, read these books and do this. I was just...
You wasn't putting in the work like she was.
Now that's...
Context. She's put out about 3 statements on this situation.
He ain't
put out a fucking word. Mm-hmm. So how mutual does that sound to y'all?
Yeah.
I'm telling you. She just wanted to control the narrative.
But see, that's okay.
She the one that filed too.
Of course.
So I'm cool with the mutual statement, but after this statement right here, I think that's just foul. That's left. She shouldn't even be talking about the situation no more. You had a divorce. It is what it is. Move on.
Mm-mm. I just wish that the energy was the same.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because again, if you put a man in the same spot and he says, Jesse Williams. Perfect example. Why we here? If y'all watch Grey's Anatomy, if y'all watch whatever the case may be, Jesse Williams is the green-eyed, light-skinned guy, speaks about black issues all the time, right? Mm-hmm. He was with a black woman forever.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Left her, and now he's with another actress, right? He filed for divorce. Mm-hmm. They crucified him for doing so. Crucified him. Said, I can't believe, look, he's leaving this black woman, this, that, and the third, to go deal with such and such and such and such. This woman had been there when he was nobody, and da-da-da-da. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever the man wants to leave the marriage, based on mutual going our separate ways, or I feel like I need to elevate a bit more, or we outgrew each other, the man gets killed for it. But a woman gets pushed and pursued to go be happy. You know what? He wasn't making it happen. She needs her chance to go be happy.
Yes.
I just wish the energy was the same, bro. That's all.
Women's happiness means more.
Come on, man.
Life ain't fair.
We got to deal
facts.
with it.
That's facts.
So men,
I wish she would have
filed for divorce.
I wish she would have said that on the platform that had other men that had men on there that could actually sit there and listen to that and be like, what? The hell you mean?
And the crowd was 99% women too.
What the hell you mean you graduated? How does that even sound?
I'm telling you.
Which is a part of the issue. We all remember on the last live. He was talking about women holding women accountable. And it was said on the live stream.
How?
Hey, women hold women accountable. It's groups of women that hold each other accountable. And they sit there. It was 100 women in that room that sit there and let her say this bullshit and applauded it. Yeah, you know what? You're right. That is. I never thought about it like that.
Dead ass.
Motherfucker literally walked away from her marriage. Her man ain't do nothing in terms of foul play. According to your words, we got to go by your words.
Oh, she said that ain't nothing about.
She said we made a mutual decision to go our separate ways, even though I initiated. But we made a mutual decision. So going by your words, that means no cheating, no foul play, no nothing. So you just decided that you elevated above this man and you walked. Mm-hmm. Put a man in that exact same situation.
He better say it was a mutual agreement, or they just went separate ways. You don't talk about your past relationship. Let that motherfucker go. I'm not sitting there saying I graduated. What you mean you graduated? What she went? Oh shit!
I feel like I was putting in more work than she was.
Did you imagine? If he went on like, and not only on the show, if he went on like a big ass news show and said that like that,
I just felt like I look better than her, I cook better than her, make more money than her, get the cribs ready faster than her, I clean the cars.
I'm smarter than her. I get the kids with the homework better than her. The teachers love me better than her. I'm the captain of the PTA team.
I graduated. I finished this curriculum.
Hey.
That's all I'm saying, man. Just keep that same energy when men walk away and elevate to better things.
When men start initiating divorce first, you change a few laws first before you do that.
Man, it's a lot of laws. Mm-hmm. But all right, man, on that note, we're going to get up into quick hits. Dun, 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 dun. I got to get the Jeopardy music for the soundboard. All right, man.
$1 mega.
All right, man. We're going to get into a bit of a serious topic. It's been all over the timeline. First and foremost, rest in peace to Shanquella Robinson. If you guys are not familiar, she's a young 25-year-old lady that went on a Cabo trip with 7 of her alleged friends, and she didn't make it back from the trip. We're gonna play a clip, the news clipping of it, provide a bit of context in terms of background information, and I want to get y'all's take on how this whole ordeal played out.
Weekend for 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson and her group of friends who went to Cabo to celebrate one of their birthdays.
She told me they had a chef they was getting ready to eat. They was eating tacos, something, salad or something they was eating. And I said, well, okay, I love you, have a good night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. And I never talked to my child again, and she never made it back home.
Robinson's mom, Salamandra, says within 24 hours of her daughter's arrival, she was dead. Figuring out how or why has only added to the family's nightmare. It started with a frantic call from Robinson's friends.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get her pulse. Each one of the people that was there with her was telling different stories.
It's when the family made calls to the FBI and Mexican authorities that they learned of another potential cause of death.
And the autopsy came back. They said it didn't have anything to do with alcohol. Said that she had a broken neck and her spine in the back was cracked. She had been beaten.
Salamandra says the entire group came back from Mexico, leaving her daughter's body there. Nearly 2 weeks and $6,000 later, her body is back home. But answers have been hard to come by.
I know that's not going to bring my child back, but I want something done about it.
Queen City News has spoken with officials at the U.S. State Department in Mexico who refute the claim that Robinson was murdered, saying the police's initial indication is that there was no clear evidence of foul play. Here in Charlotte, her family refuses to believe their daughter's death was an accident, and they vow to find the truth of what happened that night in Cabo.
No one told the same story, so I never believed them anyway.
Queen City News obtained Robinson's death certificate, which lists the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae. In the section where police could have noted any sign of intoxication, it says, person found unconscious on her living room.
And they didn't call us to the very last minute. And then on top of that, they said the maid found them.
The group stayed here at Villa Linda 32, a property listed on CaboVillas.com. A rep with the company says the group called the concierge for help Saturday afternoon. The concierge called a doctor who gave CPR. Robinson died at 3 p.m., an estimated 15 minutes after her injury. We obtained a list of 7 guests who signed into the villa and called the phone numbers they left with the company. Some numbers.
Nobody answered the numbers. They tried to reach out for statement. Nobody had nothing to say. But y'all heard the news clipping. Like I said, just a bit of a quick summary. Miss Shanquella went out there, to celebrate with her so-called friends in Cabo. And, they initially reported that she died from alcohol poisoning. Then autopsy was conducted. Said she had a broken neck, cracked spine. And then her dad went on, he did an interview. He was saying about how when he got her body back, they had to pay to get her body back. She had a busted lips, black eyes, I think broken bones in her face, so I'm not mistaken. And, that's the reality of this situation. So, of course, everything is under investigation. All of the people that was down there is trying to tuck their tails and give sides of the story that makes them not look so bad. One dude was talking about, I wasn't even down there until about 5 or 6 o'clock after, this whole situation happened. I didn't know what happened. I had my own room. I wasn't even with them. I was, what I'm saying? And then they done ran his plane ticket information and he was down there at 1 o'clock instead of the 5 o'clock he talking about. And they said she died at like 3 or something. So, again, everybody's scrambling. So I just want to get y'all's take. We ain't got all of the facts yet, but this is what we do know. So upon hearing this, what's y'all take on this ordeal?
It's a sad and unfortunate situation, man. Like I said before, you just gotta really, really be careful who your friends are. The men that was there, some bitch ass niggas. That's just what it is. The women, y'all some hoes too, for letting that shit happen. Like, it's one thing to fight, but then when you see somebody's defenseless and they don't want to fight,
right?
Like, why do you keep going? The second girl that came in, that supposedly the one that snapped her neck, like that's supposedly the one that did the damage. Like, why are you, like, what was the, I just got a lot of questions, you know what I'm saying? What was the beef over? Why would you even plan a trip? That's what you're going to do the first fucking day you get there. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, man. It's a lot of questions that I have, and it just sucks. The fact that these people recorded it, like, you posting this shit happen, like, what is going through your mind? Y'all too old for that shit.
It's the last images that her parents are gonna see of her.
They wanted to post it on World Star.
It's for social media. Now all y'all asses going to jail. Hope y'all niggas fry.
Post it on World Star. Get clips out of it. Make a mockery out of her or whatever it is, and that shit went left. And it's sad that she went with friends, that people that she thought were her friends, or they could have been her friends at a point in time period, whatever it is, and they did this type of shit. And it's a whole bunch of adults there. That 7 people.
Yep, 7.
Mm-hmm. Hey, come on, man. You just
men there too.
You don't do that type of stuff, man. You don't.
Gay man, but
I don't even get what. I mean, I'm too old to be fighting, so I mean, it is what it is. But you can at least have one friend that's supposed to be there to hold you back. And to me, whoever that one person was, that probably really was her friend, was scared to jump in and help her because he thought he was gonna get, or she, thought he was gonna get attacked.
I seen that happen before in Port Arthur one time.
And I think it's they all should be held accountable to some extent. I don't think all of them should get the same penalty, but they all should get a penalty because they all was there.
And like I said before, I'm not trying to shoot bail at all for the other side. I don't think the intent was to kill that girl, but they definitely, of course, planned it.
Intent was there to hurt her.
Because like I said before, she was, prior to all that happening, there was a video of her going around, where y'all at? Why y'all not getting dressed? And or are y'all dressed yet? Whatever it was. And you walk in, and it seemed like they in there plotting. Everybody kind of got quiet. It seemed like the conversation changed.
I don't even care about all that. That could be spur of the moment y'all fighting. You got friends there that's supposed to break that up. Y'all on a trip. How you gonna enjoy a trip when you got to deal with people fighting each other?
I'm not going on no type of trip. I'm beefing with somebody.
I ain't come here for none of that. I don't care who. Fight could have broke out between Smooth and O. Hey, we ain't about to do that shit here. Y'all wait till we get back home, or y'all can talk it out later on as grown ass men. But all that boxing and shit, it ain't gonna prove nothing. You still gonna be mad. Because if you lose,
especially if you lose, you gonna want to get back.
I'm still gonna want my one back. No, man, it's sad that it had to happen that way, and it's sad there's so much cover up going with it.
Yeah, everybody, it's a CYA after shit go left. You know how that is.
Yep.
But yeah, just my first thoughts upon seeing it, I just instantly thought about my daughter immediately, and it's just like, man, I couldn't imagine that being the last time I see my daughter is in the hotel room getting ragdolled butt naked online, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you just got to take that. You just got to accept that. You know what I mean? And, you can teach your kids about self-defense and all of that stuff all you want to, man. But you could tell in that video, she was so drunk, she couldn't even stand up straight. So it's like she couldn't even defend her. She didn't have a chance. That's why she wasn't even trying to fight back. She was just trying to block herself. But she was so drunk, she couldn't even block herself probably. Girl just literally getting free licks, uninterrupted. It's just like, bro. And then, so what's the need for another girl to jump in there? Which is, the winter chick I heard who jumped in there and I guess put her in a chokehold and was ragdolled her by her hair or whatever. And that's what messed her spine up and broke her neck. And then again, it's like Kenny said, if O and Smooth get into it or one of us get into it, We gonna break that shit up. And y'all niggas relax. Go y'all ways. Do what y'all gotta do. And we gonna come back later and we gonna talk about the shit. You know what I'm saying? But I know right now it's hot, you know, whatever. But y'all niggas go y'all say, we ain't about to allow this. But if you watch the video, it's me in the background encouraging it. Girl, fight back, girl. Fight back. Come on now. This girl can't even stand up straight. You talking about fight back. So at what point do you jump in and be like, all right, man, she had enough, bro.
Drunk, intoxicated.
Because you know what's crazy is even if that's one of us fighting somebody else, if I see the other person go limp, I'm gonna jump in and grab bro like,
That's
all right,
enough.
chill, bro. That's enough. Because I don't want nothing like this to happen. So now, you know, because again, when you fighting, you mad, your adrenaline up, you don't care, you trying to, like, you know what I mean? You trying to go do what you do. Mm-hmm. But as somebody that's outside of the situation, you supposed to have a little bit more level head. All right, let me step in here and stop this shit before he do something that he can't take back. Mm-hmm. Right? Because that can happen a lot. All it takes is one punch in the temple, or you hit them in their head, bounce off that concrete,
fall
or
wrong.
anything.
Yep.
And now that person is dead. Now my boy got to go do 20 years for manslaughter. Or 25 years, maybe longer, maybe life. And I could have stopped that. I can't have that on my conscience, right? But it's, again, that comes with maturity. And that's why it's important to have mature people around you. You got people that's just around and want to see drama and shit. Like, these people is fighting. This girl is butt naked in here, and the first thoughts in your head is to pull out a phone and record it.
Not one person in there.
I mean, it's just like, come on,
They knew
bro.
what they came there for. It was playing, dog.
And my thing is this, even if that's the case, y'all could have did that at the crib.
Nope.
But you know what it was? If they did it at the crib, then her family and her people would have got involved, and they wasn't ready for that. But if we do it away from a situation, we got her single-handedly by herself. She can't do nothing, and then we can come up with whatever story we want to on the back end. So let's say even if she didn't pass, let's say we beat her up real bad or whatever, and then we get back, we can say, well, yeah, she did this, or she tried to do this, or da-da-da-da, whatever the case may be, right? But it ain't going to be no immediate reaction compared to if you fight somebody in y'all city, she make one phone call, it's 10 people outside y'all crib ready to do whatever. So they felt safe that they was going to be able to just get it off there. And then it went left, and now it's like, okay, CYA, now we got to cover our ass. Nah, at this
I'm
point.
gonna get y'all's though.
But if you think, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But even if the police don't get involved, or even if the police go with what Mexico's people say, you honestly think that y'all gonna be able to walk around that city and ain't nothing gonna happen to y'all? Cause I guarantee, I ain't even gonna say that.
Because
But
people
I'ma
know who
say
it, like.
this.
It's bigger than just a family now. Like, you got social media involved.
Bruh.
So you got crazy ass people that's invested, and that's probably gonna send out addresses or just random shit.
Oh no, ain't no problem.
They didn't send out address already.
Yeah, it's out.
Well, I figured
It's
that
out.
because they didn't know. I know they're gonna find your profile. They
Yeah,
they
it's
gonna do
out.
their due diligence.
I seen it. All 7 of them. All 7 names and addresses and phone numbers that have been sent out in
Yeah, it's a wrap.
iPhone note sheet.
It's a
Yep.
wrap.
Jesus Christ.
So again, like these is consequences of that. But let's just say that again, that she didn't pass or whatever. But if you think that y'all gonna go out there and jump this girl and think y'all just gonna be able to walk around the city and just ain't nothing gonna happen. Like that takes a different level of just boldness. That this is a friend. It's not somebody that y'all caught like an op or somebody that's cross town, y'all beefing with, did what y'all did. In that case, it's like, all right, cool. But y'all know the same people, right? Which means these people know where y'all live. I mean, y'all done kicked it, and these people know your people or whatever, if y'all friends like that. So y'all think y'all gonna go down here, do this to this girl, and then it's just...
And that's allegedly your best friend.
Come on, man.
The nigga that's just watching that shit happen.
It's crazy.
You a bitch.
And then the girl that was fighting her put out Instagram clips. She was talking about that was her best friend, too.
Sure.
She was like, yeah, I didn't kill her. You know, we did get into a little fight or whatever, but she didn't die from that. It was after such and such. I'm just like, come on, bro.
Man, y'all best friends and y'all fighting, bro.
I'm not fighting my best friend. That's just what it is. I'm not. I got into it, a heated argument with my cousin. Heated. Yelling to the top of our lungs. Not once did I ever think about putting my hands on him.
It's gonna take some foul shit. I mean, I can think of scenarios that it'd take for you to fight your best friend, but none of them are married. So, in that scenario, I don't find nothing that's foul that's gonna cause me to want to fight you. None. We just going to talk it out. Y'all gonna talk it out, and we gonna move on. We done it before. Loyalty. We done it before, literally.
Thing is, though, you know what's crazy, bro, is that the reason that can happen, because just how just mature men think, we don't even put ourselves in a position for something like that to happen.
Right.
And how does it happen typically? Gambling, messing with dudes, girls, that type of thing. If you're a grown man and you move out, you're supposed to be moving. Even if me and my boys is gambling, it's not for no serious money. $20, $50. I'm not about to be trying to, all right, nah, bro, 10,000, 1,000.
We don't even bet each other money. Honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
We never do.
Because it's like what?
And what pleasure do I have taking money from you?
Because we gonna go to the bar, probably spend it on each other anyway. So it's like, what's the point? But even that though, that right there complicates it. Because our boy might be hurting for that money, and we may not know it. We thinking, okay, he good, and we done took 1,000 from him in a dice game.
Nigga, all of us was $5.
No, that happened to me one time. Not 1,000, but
He said I needed that $5.
Is that $5?
I needed that $5.
they gonna listen to this part, so I'm gonna tell it anyway.
I need that $5.
We was kicking that.
No. You talking about the $20?
No,
the $100. That
Charles.
Charles.
B was there. Hey, but I didn't bring it up. I said something late. Did I not? I said 20. We were playing beer pong. I said 20 for the game. No, first I said no. I don't want to pay for nothing.
This conversation had nothing to do with the gang here.
Yeah.
This is another side of the game.
My other partners. So I said nothing. I said, no, we just playing. But ego, testosterone, drinks involved. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said, no, fuck that. 100. 100?
That was a long ride back. That was a long car ride back.
If you want to lose your money, okay. Nigga, we smoked. It was like, they had like 8 cups left in beer. It was terrible.
When I say, man, I'm in the house, right?
And then I called the last cup too. That was, oh my God.
Fam, I'm in the house. So again, the party is winding down. It's coming to a close, right?
You took that man money, dog. Y'all cheated that man off that $100.
So
I didn't bet it.
Thing is, it wasn't just men there, and this right here is what can add to the fire.
His wife was there.
If it's just men there, it could be taken a little better. It's still gonna hurt, but it could be taken a little better.
Oh, he had to get the money from his girl. Didn't he have to get the money from his girl?
No.
No, but when your wife is there,
She was
you
mad
lose
that he
that
lost
money.
it.
But she knew about it.
And they got joint accounts probably. She might have had plans for the back. Who knows? But he done put it up. He done lost it. So now I'm in the crib, right? I see him rummaging through the house aggressively. And she dead on his ass. Baby, you lost the money. Man, just hurry up. Get the bag. Let's go. Just hurry up.
My nigga.
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Nigga.
Why we got to talk about this right here?
I love my boy, man.
Let's talk about it in the car.
This causing trouble.
Man.
Causing trouble in the household.
Think, ain't trying to give it back or nothing. Folks out there laughing.
It was already 0 for 2. Why you want to go for a third?
Damn.
It's crazy, man.
I think it was like 1-1. But, again, the liquor was involved. Testosterone, we've been friends for forever.
You ain't even tell him don't even send the money, dog. I don't even need it.
I needs that. What if I was hurt?
Said he was stressing off. Oh, it was never that good at being Paul.
Like Sidney D, you nigga.
He was over there. I was over there shooting. Flu game on was out, nigga. I'm not losing this match.
Hey man, prayers to all parties involved, man. But on a serious note, man, just rest in peace to Shanquella, man. We don't want to stay on this too long, but it's a super unfortunate situation, man. Be careful who you call your homies.
Damn.
Be careful who you call your friends. A lot of these people is not really riding with you for real. They with you for what they get from you. They with you from just the benefits of just being around you, but they don't really ride with you for real. This is a perfect example of that, because anybody that's a real friend in that situation would not have let that go as far as it did. I don't give a damn what happened. I'll fight the whole room before I let that happen. And y'all not gonna whoop me because I'm not drunk. That's just what it is. So we gonna get it shaken however we gotta get it shaken. But I'm not gonna sit there and let y'all beat a drunk, inebriated woman who can't even stand up on 2 feet to the point where she's not moving, and y'all still hitting her. That's another thing her daddy said I forgot to mention, right? I think the first girl beat her up or whatever, and she was unconscious. after the girl Wendy came in and broke her neck or whatever. And after that, they still punched on her some more. So, and again, like I said, everybody is around 7, 8 people in this villa, and they watching this. So, again, just be careful who you got around you, man. I'm praying for all parties involved. Seriously, I know I say that a lot jokingly, but seriously, prayers out to her parents. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine.
You're going on vacation with friends.
Yeah.
That is not the call you expect.
Yeah.
Prayers to their family, man.
That's it.
All right, man. We're going to keep it pushing. Mr. Roger P. Henson was speaking about black women and how they need to lay off of the quote-unquote strong label. I'll play this clip. Get y'all take on it, man.
Women, black women.
Well, just make sure you pick somebody who down with you.
Corey. No, Corey.
Women, black women in particular, need to lay off of that strong thing. That's a trap, because when you say words like strong black woman, it makes us superhuman, and it makes people think, oh, we can conquer anything. You want to be strong, but that can't be your label.
All right.
Women, black women.
Pardon me.
Well.
Trying to pour a drink.
Shit on him.
Clip went quick enough.
Shit it on him.
But yeah, she said black women need to get off of that strong label, man, because it's causing men to not want to be men around them. They feel like, well, shit, you got it. You strong.
You want to be equal.
That's
what it's like.
Man. Kenny, should these women stop claiming that?
I'm tired of all this shit, be honest with you. Tired of it.
Just love
woman
me,
say she's strong, man. Oh, she's strong. I don't need to deal with her. God damn, dude. Can't say nothing around nobody. Everybody's so vulnerable and so fucking sick and want to be praised and be happy and be the prize and be number one on the list, and they don't want to give up nothing, but they want to have everything. God damn, dude. Everything turns them off. Everything. Just say you don't want to be in a relationship, or you don't know what the fuck you want, or that you don't even know who the hell you are. Just say that. If a woman tells me she's a strong black woman, okay. I'm not going to say, okay, I don't want to deal with her. What?
Let me see how strong you are.
Oh, my
What?
God. I'm tired of it, too.
I'm tired of it, dog. I am. I really am. This shit is getting ridiculous.
You know what the ridiculous part is? That a lot of these arguments come from men, like I said, who would never have access to these type of women. Never in life, right? But they come on these platforms, speak these YouTube talking points, and, hey, man, I don't want no strong woman. That mean that, she don't need me, and, my ego as a man is fragile enough to feel like I don't know what my place is, and because she's, presenting herself as a strong woman. But like I said, that goes to show how many men actually deal with women.
What if she said, I'm a weak black woman? She's hurt.
He gonna
she
take
got
advantage of
demons she got to deal with. I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a balanced black woman. That's what you start saying. I'm balanced.
Or just don't even speak on it at all.
Oh man, she's in between. She don't even know who she is. I can't deal with that.
He's gonna come up with something.
They gonna come up with some reason why you don't like women. Yeah. That you want penis, and that's the real reason.
Oh my God.
But some for everybody.
Yeah, but just honestly though, I think like situations like that in terms of men who have that mindset, right? I think it shows how little that they deal with women. Because if you deal with women often, you'll realize a lot of that stuff right there is a outer shell. Mm-hmm. That they trying to, again, just like the young lady earlier with the whole productivity versus potential situation. I'm going to present this field, I'm going to present this force or whatever the case may be, so I could try to block out as many F-boys as possible. But the fact is that regardless of how strong this woman is, she still wants to follow a solid man. And that's not saying you got to come in there and fight with her for superiority. No, you just got to come in there and be the solid man that you are. And that's it. That's all. We ain't got to meet in the backyard with swords and fight for superiority. That's not what that says.
Dude, she got a dildo on. You got to use your real. Oh my god, that's what it sounds like.
That's just not what that means. What that means is that she's not going for the nonsense, right? And that means that she has some issues from prior relationships. Well, let's just be honest. You as a man, you have issues from prior relationships as well. You have trust issues from prior relationships as well, right? So I think both sides are trying to deal with it the best way they can. Now, if it's so much so to where it's affecting your relationship in a negative way, then that's something different. But we talking about literally men being turned off before I even introduce myself and get to know this woman. It's just like, let's just be honest. Like Kenny said, what do you expect her to say? I'm not strong. I'm weak. That sounds crazy. We ain't gonna want to deal with a woman like that either.
Right, because you can't do shit.
Right. It's just
I got to take care of you.
You a weak woman. Oh, hell no. That ain't it. So, at the end of the day, you just got to see through all of that stuff, man, and just come in there and be you. That's not saying you got to come in there and try to dominate. That's not saying nothing. If you come in there and if you solid enough and you have structure and you have, we say, I feel like I say these things a million times. But if you come in there and you stand on it.
Because you're about to say it 2 million times over the course
and
of
confidence. Confidence too. That's the thing.
But it's just literally like women value a man with infrastructure. That's literally it. As you coming in there, hey baby, I'm these are my goals. I got this job going. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And these are things that you don't have to announce. You just move like it. We don't even have to talk about career. We don't have to talk about the dynamics of this situation. Like women are gonna fall in line if a man that confident just comes in and just does what he does and treats her like the woman that he chose. I clearly value you. I chose you. So I'm going to treat you accordingly. I'm going to respect you. We're going on dates. I'm doing this for you. I'm surprising you. I'm being spontaneous. All of these things because I actually like you. And then outside of that, I'm taking care of my fucking business. If you coming in there and you doing that, 99% of women are going to fall in line regardless of all of that strong shit. The man got to do this. He got to do that before I do. All of that shit sounds great, but it's for protection. And if you know women, if you're familiar with women, you know that. So those words don't bother you. That's not a turnoff to me. Like anytime, especially on these panels and shit, I be hearing women come on these panels and try to talk that, chest out shit. I ain't going for this. I ain't going for that. I'm this type of woman. I'm that type of woman. And I just sit back and I just laugh and I shake my head because it sounds great. Right, but when you run into that real dude, and even these women, because a few of them are in relationships now with the type of man I'm talking about, and the whole tune changes.
Yep.
Because it's a defense mechanism.
All the time.
But again, if y'all was around women like y'all say y'all are, then y'all would know that. But fact is, y'all don't. The closest y'all get to women a lot of time is on these YouTube panels. Let's call it a spade. And the shit that y'all speak about is a reflection of that. So yeah, a woman claiming she's strong, it's not gonna turn, because that's not affecting what I do.
I ain't even never been on a date with a woman that opened with, I'm a strong woman.
Because
I ain't never. What? I know who you are when I came at you. You ain't gotta announce that to me. I know how your stance is.
You're not strong when you on all fours.
Fam, you got.
Oh my God.
I'll get that nigga nothing else.
Oh my God.
We're going to keep this thing pushing before they try to make us misogynist.
Giddy up.
Giddy up. That's the title of this part. Giddy up. Don't give nothing else.
Where did that come from? What?
Oh my God.
Humble you into submission.
I'm going to humble you.
She said I was going to sit on all fours for 45 seconds anyway.
Ain't my fault you can't last.
Oh my God, bro.
It was cold.
All right, we're going to move on to the last one of Quick Hits, man. This is a clip entitled, "Be Careful of Women Who Only Appreciate What You Can Do for Them."
Men, when you meet a woman, stop automatically thinking that this is going to be the woman because you've been in a long-term relationship. A lot of times you decide that, you want to be a provider for her, so you go buy her all of these nice things. Then you take her to dinner, fine dining. After a while, she treating you like a bank. She don't appreciate you. She appreciates the things that you can do for her. So instead of going out here bossing up, trying to buy her everything, take her to fine dining, Take it slow so it can grow. Look, either she gonna like you for you, or she's gonna like you for the things that you do for her. Make sure it's the former, that she like you for you. And how you can assure that? Slow it down. Just because you got it don't mean you gotta spend it. Stop letting these women take advantage of a good man.
Let's get that out. Wise words are spoken like that. I just like to just, you know what I mean?
Kenny?
One woman say you gotta take her out on nice dates and do all this. The other woman say, don't do all that, man. Don't do all that. What do these women want?
Nothing. They don't know.
Now, wait, let me context. The younger woman said, you need to take me out on dates and spend all of this. This is an older, seasoned veteran woman that's married who's saying,
oh, she got the game.
What she just said.
So she don't know what the game like no more. She's 65.
Hey, all I'm going to say is Ocho took his girl to IHOP the other day, and she was...
Yeah, but
I know that's...
Where did he take her beforehand?
I know.
Took on a $20,000 vacation to Jamaica.
Yeah. I know.
But shout out to my dog, man. I'm Sherelle, man. Salute to y'all, man. I love them, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I get what you're saying, though. I mean, don't lead fully with your finances, basically what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that. Don't do that. But I also agree with doing nice things.
Yes.
That you would normally do for yourself if you have that type of money. If you can normally afford, if I say on date, if you normally can afford, for example, a roof Chris, you can do that on your own. You've done it plenty of times with a group of people. Then that's a comfortable date for you to do that. But if you normally go to Chili's and now you want to take it to Roof Chris and you can't sustain that, don't do it.
My only thing is I don't like how the rules change for different men, which is fair at the same time. I just don't agree because you'll have a man who may not have as much going for him, but he's more attractive to you. His conversation may be a little bit better, and he can do the bare minimum. But then you got a guy who is like in the last clip, I mean, from last week, he may be a good guy from the burbs, you know what I'm saying? He from a good home, he got a good, back end, he got money, all that good stuff, good conversation, but he's just not as entertaining as the other guy. But you make him pay $250, $300, whatever for the date versus the other guy. And he don't have half as much as what the other guy does. He doesn't offer near as much.
Hold on.
But because he's a little more attractive and he has better conversation.
Hold on. So you're saying the guy that's more attractive with better conversation doesn't make Roof Chris money.
Right.
The guy that isn't that attractive, doesn't have good conversation, but does make Roof Chris money is over here and she makes...
He may, I mean, it's a clean cut guy. So like the last part we had, it was two guys basically like from the suburbs saying that more white women and Latino women they're attracted to than black women. But I'm saying like a guy like that, basically like a square, Russell Wilson, we always use that as an example. But we use an example like that, but they'll make him really work for it and really pay for the date or whatever they're doing versus the other guy who doesn't have near as much as him. He does a third of the work and get the results that he was looking for. I'm just saying the playing field, not even playing field, the women need to stay consistent. And it skews up the market a little bit.
I'll tell you what, bro, I think it's the opposite, man. And this is why. If you take a man, right, who's handsome, makes a lot of money, is popular, he's gonna have to spend less money than the guy who's ugly, might be a great guy, whatever the case may be. So you're gonna demand the dude who's a great guy and who's not as attractive and all of that, he's gonna have to spend more money than the attractive rich dude. Because think about it, the James Hardens of the city, the Drakes of the city, whenever these celebrities come down here, they ain't spending no money on these chicks. They come into these clubs, taking the chick to the hotel, smashing and sending her stupid ass back to the crib. But she'll give that to them on the spur chance, whatever, random night, whatever. But the good dude, who may not be a millionaire, he making, 75, 60, whatever the case may be, she gonna demand he take on 4, 5 dates.
Well, we can't use Drake and James Harden.
We almost saying the same thing.
That's a little bad. That's a little bad comparison.
That's true.
Let's do like a.
We almost saying the same thing.
$150,000 person bankroller and a $40,000.
Yeah.
Bankroller.
We almost saying the same thing though, B. It's like the upper echelon or the niggas at the bottom, especially niggas at the bottom, just because they got personality or whatever. It's the reason why a lot of them niggas got a bunch of baby mamas. They got all these women pregnant. It's like either the cream of the crop or a nigga at the bottom with personality and looks, good sex. They, both of them categories have a higher chance with the women that's versus the men that's like square, straight
That's
and
in the
narrow.
middle. Average man.
Like that straight and narrow guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like everybody else get attention outside of that.
Yeah, I mean that's a part of the game, I think. Because men do it on the opposite end, and we're gonna keep it real.
Mm-hmm.
If a chick's super attractive,
blow his bank account.
He gonna spend on her. He gonna do whatever on her, and then you might have a chick who, not as attractive. She cool, vibe is cool, whatever the case may be.
Got everything else, but look like.
But take you out in public on dates. What? I ain't doing all of that. But again, I think it just depends on like where you are in terms of market value. Mm-hmm. It's messed up, but that's reality of life. The better you do as a man, the less work you got to do to get the ass. That's just honest. And better you do, meaning from a financial perspective and from a looks perspective. If you are elite in either of those categories, you're not gonna have to work hard for the ass. That's just what it is. That's gonna be life. It was that way before we got here. It's gonna be that way after we leave this motherfucker.
The same thing for women too.
That's just honest.
Better you look, more attention. The worse you look, you better do something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
say it's stressful looking good.
But yeah, in terms
wouldn't know
of
nothing
just,
about that. I wouldn't know it all.
I would, but in terms of
we was talking about you.
But I mean, in terms of what she said, she ain't saying nothing that we ain't told men 1,000 times on here.
Yep.
Like at the end of the day, bro, like if these women, like you could tell when a woman really rock with you, and this is the part that I hate about these type of scenarios, is because men act like, oh, she's finessing me. She's not finessing you. You know goddamn well that she don't value you like that. You trying to earn the validation with your money, and then when you don't earn the validation, now she the bad guy. No, you knew it. You knew she wasn't interested. The whole time y'all was on the date, her head down, she was in her phone the whole time. Texting her, you asking her questions, she give you 1-word, 2-word answers. Why are you on 6 dates with her? To expensive restaurants? There is no chemistry there. And again, that goes back to what I said about y'all not being around women that often. Because if you are, you know the difference between a woman who's actually interested in you and a woman who's there to just reap the benefits or whatever it is that I can get out this situation, and I'm going to go get an ass to the man that I really like. Women who are interested in you, they going to talk your fucking head off. So much so that it's annoying. You got to shut her up. You gotta goddamn end the conversation for her to stop talking. Just be quiet for 1 second. Can we sit in silence while I read the menu?
I'm just so excited. No comment.
That's just honest.
Hey, put my dick in your mouth.
Oh my God.
Have it queued up. But that's real. So again, men gotta stop. Bro, that's just real. And if you're the right dude, she gonna do it. But that's, a lot of y'all wouldn't know about that. Niggas like bloop.
Oh my God.
That's just honest, bro. Like,
get somebody else.
Get somebody.
Who you think I am?
Oh shit!
Hey, man.
What you doing with that?
What you doing with that?
Why I look like that? Just smack it.
Fam.
Oh, y'all gonna be doing it. Everybody
They don't know about that.
I'm setting my scene. But yeah, so I mean, men gotta stop acting, like aloof to the fact that when these women is not feeling you, and when you're using your money to try to earn.
They be finessing themselves.
Exactly.
You want to get finesse.
Come on, bro. Because if it wasn't for the money, you wouldn't even be around her. You trying to use the money to get around her so you can hope to God that your personality can win her over.
And you being around her, maybe hopefully whenever you're in public with her, attracts the attention of some other woman.
Right. Let's call it what it is. These women are not finessing y'all. These women are not lying to y'all.
I didn't finesse myself before. Shit, I don't care. I didn't got over on a food date. Fuck it.
Okay, man, you roll the dice.
Got it. But anyways.
You gamble, man. Sometimes you got to gamble for it.
You win some, you lose some.
but you live. You live to fight another day. And that's honest. Sometimes that woman is just, Kenny said, I'll tell you, woman just out of your league. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with shooting at it, but you got to accept the result of the shot not falling.
They don't believe any woman is out of their league.
That's the problem.
What I've been heard. No woman is out of a man's league. That's what I've been told, so I can't say that no more.
I think I said that emphatically, too.
Not a one.
Not a one.
So, all right, man. Prayers to all parties involved. We're going to keep this thing pushing to the advice column. All right, man. First and foremost, this is from Marquis, Patreon. Thank you, Marquis.
Shout out. What it do?
So, man, Marquis done sent us a clip to play. See, y'all boys get sneaky, man. You sent us a clip to play. I'm going to play it. We're going to respond.
So a lot of people always say that getting married, men lose in marriage.
Absolutely not.
They say it all the time. They say men lose in marriage. They say men don't gain nothing from marriage.
That's not true. You gain you.
How?
The greatest version of who you will be is when you steward a household and do it well.
Talk about it.
The greatest version of any man is when you don't know your capacity until you had to manage other people's lives. You don't know who you are, right? And so you think you can manage it. You think you can handle it until you have other people who are counting on you to pay the bills, to show up. Watch it, to be stable emotionally when all hell's breaking loose.
Yes.
To have a pandemic hit and you don't know what the hell you're going to do. And you still have to lead these people.
Yes.
That's when you'll know who you are.
Yes.
See, man, I like you know, this is just grown conversation. You can just tell there's two seasoned men who've been married, who've been around women in real life, and you can just tell that just the whole energy and sentiment of the conversation is just different, and it's not from a just completely ideal head in the clouds fairy tale land type of perspective. What he's saying is some real shit. Because if I'm not in a relationship, more times than not, I'm not in charge of leading people.
That's a fact. I ain't thinking about nobody but my damn self.
Period. And when that's the case, you can be as reckless as you want to be.
Super reckless.
Because whatever happens, I'm the only one that's affected by this.
Yes.
Right? But when I have a wife and when I have kids depending on me, I have to give things second, third, and fourth thought before I go through with them. Because I have to think about the repercussions of this decision and how it's going to affect them, these people who are depending upon me to lead them correctly. And it's at that point, you learn who you are. So what he's saying is 1,000% right. I think
that's why a lot of men stay single.
Scared of that responsibility.
Yeah, and not even. I wouldn't even necessarily say scared. It's the fact that I don't have that's a choice. Me being in a relationship with you is a choice. So once I decide to be in a relationship with you, now I know I have other duties that's going to come with that. So I'd rather I can be as reckless as I want because it's just me. Nobody else is getting hurt by this. If my shit go negative 1,000, I'm the one got to dig myself out of that. I ain't got to have my wife or my kid, whatever, starving, hungry, looking at me crazy. I'm the only one that can look at myself crazy if I put myself in this position. So it's just easier not to have that responsibility, at all. But hell yeah, I agree with what he's saying 1,000%. Once you get that responsibility, you got to level up. There is no taking days off. You got to be emotionally stable every day. You got to show up like that dude every time, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You can be having a bad day, friend tell you some bad news or whatever. Like you got to, it's not right. You can't necessarily process things like you should, but you got to kind of shrug it off in a sense and wait till you by yourself or whatever, because you can't let that show in the household. You can't let that affect your leadership. Because when you are vulnerable like that, now there will be times where you're going to have to be because it's life. But, too many times, your woman definitely going to start looking at you a little different.
Right.
So, but yeah, that was grown man talk right there. I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, man. I love who I am in my relationship compared to outside of it. Outside of it, I'm not sure I like myself too much. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is, like hypothetically speaking, if I'm single tomorrow, like at this point, I know so much about women that I'm gonna manipulate them unintentionally. And I'm gonna be very selfish. And I'm gonna be able to rationalize it because I'm articulate. Mm-hmm. And I can sell them dreams and just do whatever it takes for me to just get what I want to get out of you and just get on to whatever mission that I'm trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? Until I'm actually looking for a serious relationship again. Like I'm very unstructured. I'm very undisciplined. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm gonna get to my bread. Mm-hmm. But in terms of everything else, like the structure will be gone. Mm-hmm. And I think like when I'm in a relationship, I have structure. So it's like I have to do things that I may not want to do, but it's for my best interest. You know what I'm saying? And also, there's no more fulfilling thing as a man than to see like your woman and children happy as the result of something you implemented or you did for them. You know, compared to me being single, right? I can go get all of the bread I want to, buy me a new car, or whatever the case may be. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be happy about those things, but it's not the same as, just like he said, I'm in charge of leading them and we're successful. Like that means more than me just winning on my own. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, even with this podcast and shit, right? Like I would much rather win with my boys than by myself. Like, to be honest, if y'all wasn't doing this pod, I probably wouldn't be as active as I am.
Oh, I know.
That's
I know.
It's just honest. Because I don't care about it that much, right? But I think where I get the fulfillment from is seeing us win, right? And seeing y'all talk y'all shit, and, you know, just seeing the impact that we making as a whole. Like, that's the fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure, I could, if I wanted to, I could be, you know, whatever, as a, you know, whatever. But it's not the same as compared to when you got a tribe with you. You know what I'm saying? And I would have, you know, leading the family is the exact same way. Like, you know, watching my daughter being able to take my daughter to Target and just like, yeah, look, man, just go down the aisle, just pick whatever you want. This shit that I didn't get to do as a kid. But again, and it's the result is based off input, work that I put in for her to be able to go do that. Like that means the world to me. Or my wife, she'll be like, hey, baby, we need to go on a trip somewhere or something. We need to do something. And then boom, hey, there's tickets to Costa Rica. Let's go. Or tickets to Cabo. Let's go. Cancun. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, and seeing her face and her reaction and like the confidence she walk around with, and, you know, whatever, like all of that shit is what you get the fulfillment from. Like as you get older and you become like a grown man, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like, and that's my favorite version of myself, because those are my favorite accomplishments. Rarely ever are like all my favorite things in life have to do with just me and individual things that I've accomplished. It's always tied to how I help somebody else or how I played a part in, you know, somebody else being successful. And I think as the leader of a family, literally it rises and falls on your shoulders as a man. So yeah, bro, 1,000% right.
I agree. There are some things that you do gain. I'm not gonna say there's not, like you said, the question is men don't gain anything out of marriage. There are things you gain out of a marriage. But with that, there's also a big loss with that too. Definitely. Like if you're not successful and your family fall down, that loss is worse than me losing on my own as a single man. I didn't let another person down. I didn't let my child down. I just let myself down. So, I mean, you do lose more in a marriage if that's the case. But the question was, do you gain nothing? And I agree that you do gain something in a marriage. But there's also that downfall of, hey, you the leader of this shit. If this shit go downhill, you the one that, regardless of what they said, the man is the one that's looked on us. This is why this shit failed.
Period.
And I think that's a big reason why a lot of men sway away from marriage, because, hey, that's a lot to hold on, and that's why a lot of men eating bullets and shit. Because that loss is hard to bite when you didn't let down two people that's really close that depended on you. You know what I'm saying? And they take everything from you anyway. And they living off of what you're doing anyway and making better decisions now. And you couldn't do that with them at that time. So, I mean, I agree. There's nothing more fulfilling than making somebody else happy. I take enjoyment of that. That's why y'all see me whenever I haven't even done my damn Starbucks giveaway this year yet. But a girl asked me a while ago, hey, why you do the Starbucks giveaway? I'm like, shit, I just like making people happy. Like, it's not to just, show off I got some money or nothing, because I'm only sending $5 gift cards, maybe $10 gift cards here and there.
Right. Yeah.
But if you see the messages I get from whenever I see people here, men, women, it don't matter who the fuck it is. I don't care what you are. Whenever I send them this stuff, it's like, damn, you made my day. I appreciate that. Like, I get like genuine messages about that shit. And I don't even know most of these people.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I do some things just to make people happy, just other things. And when I'm single, I enjoy my single life. I do what the fuck I want. If something fails, I only rely on myself. I mean, B's right. I do have a certain rhythm to my day, but I'm not tied to that thing. And that's what I think I like about the single life.
Right.
I'm not tied to that certain option or certain task that I don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, 2023 coming around and I'll be tied up and you probably get a different version of me.
But see, speaking of, that's a great transition. How do you leave this rhythm that you in, this comfortable rhythm in which you can do what you want to do, all of that, to sign back up for a situation that you've already been in already? Like, what is the motivation for that come? Because just like you said, you're right. If this family fails, that's devastating. That's not just, again, we speak about it all the time, like women don't understand how seriously men take that. You know what I'm saying? So as a man who's gone through it, has been divorced, and now you in this rhythm, life is going good, money good, mental health is good. How do you go back into that willingly and give up all of this control?
There's not always good things about the single life. I mean, sometimes you hate being alone. Sometimes you want to take a trip instead of having to look for somebody that you feel like you want to take on a trip with you. You have that person there with you that you want to take on a trip with you. Or if you just want to sit at home and chill and talk about some things instead of calling your boys, because you don't talk about a lot of emotional shit with your boys. Mm-hmm. You can talk to your woman about that. And, you could be more vulnerable with someone that you're put a lot of trust into.
Right.
And believe in. And, once you have your fun like I do, people ask me all the time, how do you know 2023 that you're just going to switch like that? Well, I've done everything I wanted to do from 20, since I've been divorced till now. I've done everything. I've, slept around, had this fun, bought the car I wanted, making a certain amount of money I want to make. And, now I know once this is my window to enjoy my time, then, hey, I'm going to be intentional. Because later on you want to grow old and have a family and have kids if you're able to have kids. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's able to have kids. That's another thing.
That's true.
But you still want to at least try to build a family or find a ways to build a family other ways that's not going to be your biological kid. So, it's just things like that. I was only married for 3.5 years. I don't know how it would be for somebody that's been married for 10 years. You say after you get out of that marriage, I know you and Matt say after y'all get divorced, y'all probably never get married again. But after 3-4 years of it, you're already used to marriage. You know what I'm saying? You might have got tired of certain things, but then you go back to single life, you're like, shit, I did sleep with certain women here nowadays. But some days, like me, I've been so big on hygiene over the years. Like, first, you don't even trust most of these women that you sleep with. So that's a hassle getting them. You ever ask a woman for test results?
I was going to ask you that. And how is that going for you?
It's like, okay, I've done it to. Anyway, I'm not gonna say amount of women.
No,
I'm just gonna say it's whenever you ask them, it's like
they're taking them.
How
back.
do you some of them? I'm not gonna say all. Some of them take it lightly. Okay, cool, I understand that. And some be like, you think I'm a hoe or something? I'll be like, no. I feel like it's a point of respect. Because I would expect you to ask me the same thing. So I could provide you the same thing.
Right.
So I want you to know that, hey, if this ever leads to this, even they say, hey, what you think we'll have sex? No, but the possibility is there. Because I already told you my intentions. I'm not looking for nothing serious. So if the possibility is there and you want to keep on going on with this, get a test. I'm not going to say she could get a test in 1 week and the day before we fuck, she didn't fuck somebody else. But at least it took the initiative.
Right.
To ask that, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to deal with that. Then some don't want to deal with talking to multiple women multiple days because you just get tired of hearing somebody that you don't want to hear her problems. Mm-hmm. You don't want to hear about what this other nigga, because most of them gonna tell you what another nigga's doing. Mm-hmm. I don't mean to say the N word.
You gotta tell three, four, five
another man is doing.
They done went.
And me, how I am. If you tell me about another man, I'm gonna say I don't give a fuck about that because I'm not gonna cock block on that man because that man is not me. Mm-hmm. So whatever the hell he doing to you, that's your problem with him, and it is what it is. I just know before we fuck again, you gotta get tested. That's two things you want to do, and then you can't be vulnerable with nobody. You can't. You really can't.
It's hard.
Who you gonna talk to whenever you be like, man, I just want to talk. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it to this girl. She's gonna be like, oh, he's opening up to me. He's really liking me. When you just told her I have no intentions of being serious with you. So I'm not about to do that. And then when you want to go on a trip, like, we talk about these, camping trips or whatnot. Y'all know me. Who am I gonna take?
Me? No. You said the group chat? No.
Wait.
Say me.
I feel you.
Oh my God.
Now that's real.
You know what I'm saying? It's
That's real
certain things that, you don't experience until you're out of the marriage again. Or you're single and you're like, fuck, well, I've done this for 4 years. Let me try marriage again.
Yeah.
Let me try family again. So,
Yeah,
it's pros and cons to everything. It's just what can't you live without, what you want to live with for further on. I could try marriage again and fucking fail again. Mm-hmm. I got to learn whatever the hell I did wrong in that one to better on that one. I mean, I don't believe in trying one thing unless it's drugs, but certain things that are productive and positive to the community, I think you should give multiple chances to. And things like marriage are very productive and positive to the community.
Damn. Yeah, I definitely say that all the time. I say if I get divorced, I ain't getting married again. But I'm again, that's hard to say. I think that's more ego talking than anything. But I think
never getting married.
Yeah, that's ego.
I mean, I know exactly how you feel. Like, damn, I can do whatever the hell I want. I got this condo, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I can do it. You be like,
but
this bitch again,
right? But hypothetically speaking, though, I think I know what would happen. I would take a lot of time just to myself. I'm not sure if I would be out here sniping the way that I think I would, or the way that my ego says that I would do, or that I'm capable of doing. I think I would really take some time to just be dolo and just kind of gather my thoughts. And like we always say, watch the game tape and
it's the best time.
And see where I went wrong and where I could improve upon, like a real honest look. Because when you in it, you can say, or your girl may tell you what you may need to be doing better or whatever, but you still gonna take that with a grain of salt because you in it and you kind of taking her word or whatever. But when you out of it and it done failed, and like I said, as a man that's on your watch, you really got to sit back and be like, wait a minute, let me replay this shit in my head all of these years. What wasn't I doing? Or what could I have improved on? Or, she was asking me for this. Damn, she did ask me for that years ago and I stopped doing it. Or I didn't, I never met her where she wanted me to meet her or whatever, but I was expecting her to meet me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the time you take to do that type of self-analysis.
Facts.
And I think that I would spend a lot of time doing that before I got into the next situation. Because I'm the type of person, I don't like to repeat the same mistakes twice. But yeah, it is a scary thought though, because again, it's not only just me and her separating or breaking up. We got kids tied to this thing now.
Yeah, you have a kid involved. I didn't have a kid, so
now it's like, how does that dynamic look? One of my goals in life, I always said I don't want another man raising my kids. But if you break the marriage, it's a possibility of that happening now, and you got to be good with that. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect that woman to stay single forever while you out here doing whatever you're doing. And then, so that's a possibility. So now what type of effect is that going to have on my daughter? So this real life shit that's just not spoken about, enough. But I would, yeah, I saw that to say, man, I'm not in a rush to get back out there and be single. I'm just not. Fact is that, again, it's not as easy. And it's not going to be as painless as a lot of men talk like it is.
Right.
So, you know, I think men have to acknowledge that woman meant something to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the kid. It's not just the, you know, that woman meant something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Enough for you to marry her and go through it. You know how expensive marriages is? You go through with all of that and, you know, basically sign up for a losing game in which more times than not, you're going to get penalized for on the back end. Way more so than her. So, like, it takes a lot of, you know, I felt a significant amount of love and respect with this woman to do so, and now that woman is gone. Now that structure that she provided me is gone. And accountability, her pushing me, the inspiration, all that shit like that. Because, you know, let's just be honest, I read a quote, you know, a dude would say he ran into a man that was worth $6 billion. He say, damn, bro, like, what was the key thing that, like, got you to that money? He said, my wife. Then that was it. Short and sweet.
That nigga was lying. She was standing right beside him.
He probably was, but you know, no.
Is she listening? She behind me. All right, my wife.
All of that.
I'm joking.
But I mean, but just real rap though. Like we say all the time, man. If you look down that billionaire list, and look down that millionaire list, most of those men is married. Not only married, but been in long-term marriages, 20, 30, 40 years of marriage. So it's like that woman plays a significant role in the way you do things. It may not be from a super tangible perspective where we can measure it and quantify it, but she plays a big, big role in, you know, your success as a man, your identity as a man. So for her to just be removed, you got to damn near relearn who you are, especially if you done been in a situation as long as, you know, that me and my old lady done been together. I done been in a relationship longer than I was single and dating.
That's a fact.
Right? We can't count the child, but I've been in a relationship longer than I've been dating. Way longer. So it's like now I have to you know, if I'm single tomorrow, I'm not going to go back to 18-year-old me when I was single. Again, like my mindset is totally different. So I have to find out who I am as a man, like as a grown single man. Like that's honest. 18, I was broke.
His dick will be hot.
But I mean, of course that. But I'm just talking about like the confidence and all that shit in which I move is different.
Oh yeah.
I make, you know what I'm saying? I make good money now. I'm experienced. I know way more about women. I can do what I want to do. Like that's a totally different person. But you know.
Summer Walker said, love is a losing game. Might as well be a hoe.
She did. I swear. Hey, was that
just
on the...
might be a hoe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Jasmine Sullivan. That was Jasmine Sullivan? Her and Jasmine, or her and Ari.
Love is a losing.
Nah, that is hilarious.
I might just be a hoe.
I love Summer Walker. I'm sorry, I love her.
That is the
I love her.
That is the broke toxic woman. Whatchamacallit? Oh, that's whatchamacallit. All right, man. Last one of the day, man. This is from True Spoken Patreon.
True.
All right, bro. Sent us another clip. He say it's worse for your woman to be intimate with someone than for her to sleep with someone.
It's worse.
Play this clip, man. Get y'all take on it.
Because sex always got to be intimate. I feel knowing my partner's intimate with somebody else hurts more than them f***ing somebody else. Because intimacy is really something special.
How do you define intimacy?
The intimacy comes in mad variations. Farting in the car, you're washing hair, maybe watching Game of Thrones. Like you imagine she watched House of Dragons without you, but with this.
Oh my!
But then rewatches it with you like it's her first time.
No.
It's like, oh, you really this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's mad things outside of that could really violate my relationship.
No, I'm still stuck on Game of Thrones. We've watched this for 8 years. We waited 3 years for it to come back, and you're watching it with him.
Yeah.
But you're still with me? We not having no beef?
That's crazy, son. Because you this my tax dollars. Like, you like I worked a mad overtime for this.
All right, man. Real quick, salute to the heart of South Park. My dog Tahoe, man. So, salute to bro. But yeah, so he's saying basically, you know, intimacy. Your woman cheating in an intimate way is more hurtful than her just smashing somebody else. What's your thoughts on that?
She just was intimate. She didn't fuck him. She just watched it.
That's it.
Game of Thrones.
She did something intimate.
I will definitely forgive her for watching Game of Thrones with somebody else rather than hard down fucking another man. I'm sorry. You can't give up your twat and your mouth and whatever hole you want to do to another man rather than go watch a TV show. I think we could fix the TV show problem.
But it was the intent behind it. It just didn't get to the physical.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's the truth.
We ain't reaching that point. We going to what it is.
But that's intimate. If that's you and our show, you gonna get mad at me if I watch the show without you.
Cool. We can do the same way with fucking.
You watch it with somebody else.
We can do the same way with fucking. She say that the sex was so intimate. There was just so much passion in the sex when we fuck. It's so intimate.
But he was saying,
wait. We can do the same thing for each scenario. So what we're saying there,
you present a different argument.
No,
he present
a different argument.
He said that
so sex can be intimate.
It can, but he's talking about actions. He's saying that can be worse than the physical having sex.
Your wife going to a coffee shop with somebody is worse than your wife getting her back blown out. Is what you're telling me by somebody else?
By a random guy on like a girl's trip that she gonna never see again.
So you add stuff to it.
No. What I'm doing is I'm removing the intimacy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm doing. Like it's a random guy, random
for
trip.
The sex part.
Just met her.
Why you having coffee with him
that night? Compared to your girl on a coffee date.
She went on a coffee date with her coworker. She got her back blown out in Vegas.
Coworker she see every day. They chop it up. They kick it every day. Say, you know what? Let's take this thing a step further. Let's meet on Saturday.
Let's go get coffee. Go get coffee. You be more mad about the coffee date or be more mad about her going to Vegas and getting her back blown out?
I'm being mad at both, but of course, of course, the physical is going to be worse than the coffee date. Of course.
Okay, let me make it a little bit better.
You're not gonna make it better.
She goes over to his house to watch Game of Thrones.
No. Why are you at this nigga house?
Hold on.
No.
And on the other side, I'm trying to help you out here, okay?
You go help me out.
She goes to Cabo and gets her back blown out. Which is worse?
They both worse. She's had physical.
No.
I'm still going with physical.
You're still going to get her getting fucked.
Physical's always worse.
It's physical. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. So we agree. Physical's always worse. That's what I'm trying to get at. Oh, he don't even understand what I'm saying.
Physical is worse, but it's something about that intimacy. Like, no. Matter of fact, yes, I'm gonna say that because
what are you saying?
They got hoes out here and men because they got women out here that move like men. They can just get their sex and just move on. They don't care about it. But the fact that you took the time out and where you were intimate, spending quality time with this person, like for a long period of time, sex 20 minutes, you out, you in and out, boom. But you really chill with this person for like 3, 4, 5 hours to really get to know this person.
One time.
And have these conversations.
One time.
There's more than one time.
No, we can't. We're going to say the same thing about sex. We can't give one time and the other one 6 times.
All I'm saying is there's a little more intent with the quality time and the intimacy.
I think sex is way worse than intimacy to me. Because I can get over the fact that, hey, you
way worse.
It's something that I'm not providing for you that this man at work that was providing for you, right? But you just didn't take it a step forward and give up the crown jewels of what a man likes in you. Mm-hmm. That's the fact that no man can get that pussy. Mm-hmm. You might have given him your time, your mind. You might have felt a little bit of emotion for him. Cool. I understand it might have been something that I wasn't giving to you for that, and we can fix that. Mm-hmm. But the fact that when I get into my mind that you didn't bent over for this man, it's something that he broke in you that allowed you to bend over and get this man the crown jewels of what every man. That's why I picked you. I figured that you wouldn't give this the cookie, my crumble cookie,
her body, her
choice, another man.
Her body, her choice is crazy. In this scenario, that's crazy.
I can forgive an intimate. Hey. I can forgive a coffee date. I can forgive I'll be pissed off if you went to another man else and watched Game of Thrones. I'm not gonna lie about that, but I can forgive that. But the minute that you bend over for this another man,
I don't think
it's not happening.
Today,
I'm just getting in the back of my head, the mind.
Today, I don't think they value it like they used to.
I don't care about what they value. I don't care about, you get my opinion, how I value it. I know this man ain't fucking you with a condom on. Because you a married woman. What I got to worry about? If he nutting you, all you can say is, hey, we pregnant again. Usually I hope he's not a dark skinned man because I'm light skinned. So baby come out dark, then we got a problem. But the baby come out light skin, what do you got to worry about?
Yeah, because you can just say the baby look more like you.
You've been fucking raw for years.
Damn, that's crazy.
With your husband.
I'm just saying.
And then you get and then you
just be arguing.
And then you get with women that say
Content.
And then when you get with women that be so passionate about, you know, the moon, sun rising, and Sagittarius and all this other kind of stuff.
Come on,
and they say raw sex, the passing of energy.
Yes.
Energy.
Come on, fam.
That's true.
Yes.
I'm not doing
Passive
that.
energy.
Forgot about the energy.
Unless somebody
Absolutely.
I don't agree, but you know, maybe B have you have
man, no maybe be nothing. If she get that ass up or that mouth up or anything physical, it's over. That's just, but it's gonna be over regardless. But it's gonna hurt more with the physical shit. If I'm gonna be honest, because I think just like you said, like she spent 3 or 4 hours there, and you're right. But setting up sex is not as quick as. Like, it's a lot of things that got to be taken into regard, right? She's doing a lot of finessing, a lot of maneuvering. She done probably lied to me. Hey, baby, I'm going here. I'm going to be here from this time to that time. Literally using your trust against you to free up the time to go do that, right? Let's just be honest. If you married, y'all know each other's schedule like the back of your hand. She gets home at this time every day. Okay, she's going here. It takes her this amount of time to get there. She's doing this. Okay, she's typically there for about, an hour or whatever that. So when your patterns change, and this is what women call intuition and bullshit they speak about. Women just pay close attention to your patterns. So when your patterns change, it's like, wait a minute. It takes him 30 minutes to get here from work. Why is it taking him an hour and 20 now? It's that type of shit. Right? So I say all that to say it's a lot of things that go into setting up the sex. Yeah, the sex itself might be 20 minutes, but it's a lot around that. To set it
minutes? I was thinking like 5.
Well, look, I'm just saying.
Get in, get out.
I'm just saying. But even on the Cabo trip, the girls trip, let's just be honest, it doesn't happen that quickly, right? You may meet the motherfucker at a pool party early in the day or whatever, and he pull up to the crib later.
I'm just thinking about that.
Like, really? Because it happens all the time. It's chicks out there with wedding groups.
I know.
Bridemaid with a crown on her head.
I don't know.
That's on they
out there like, wait a minute.
It be on their checklist. Y'all niggas don't be knowing that.
Come on, man. That's the game. So that type of thing happens, but it's a lot to set it up. It's a lot of finesse and a lot of finagling. And her homegirls be the main culprits in helping it fly. They'll take her phone like a... Bro, your girls, yeah, man, we about to go do brunch over here, Her homegirls will take her phone with them to the brunch while she go into Aria on floor 23, room 2304 to go smash.
Whatever. That's my room, nigga. You talking about that my room? Ain't nothing go down to room 23.
2304.
You know what happened in that room.
But yeah, so it's like women is creative in that, and because again she know that you probably got her location or something like that, so she gonna get, hey girl, take my phone over here while I go do this. Okay, girl, I got you. Go ahead, do you? Like motherfuckers is that strategic with it, so it takes all of that to set it up. So that's just as bad as you laid on the couch, cuddled up, arm in arm, watching Game of Thrones. It's worse. Because then on top of it, you gonna do it and then come back like nothing happened. And then we have sex. A lot of times the same day.
And you done gave her head.
Right.
Because she tastes a little salty.
Look here, man.
Her pH balance off.
Because she ain't gonna deny you like that, because she know that's gonna raise.
You got whipped cream around your lips.
Especially if y'all ain't really done it.
You a little creamy today, baby.
Like, come on, man. So, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. It's over with. That's just real.
Fam.
So,
Jeff.
You about to touch your period? No, that's other dick, nigga.
You wet. I ain't come yet. You got a yeast infection?
Fucking slip and slide in here.
Just start smelling your top lip.
So this just smell like pennies.
You ain't as tight as you used to be.
Hell no. Hey, man.
Damn.
Prayers to all parties involved.
Women do that. Women do that.
It's a cold game.
They do it.
Bro.
It's a cold game.
It's a cold game.
They do it. I don't mess with married women.
You
But
gotta be careful.
careful.
when I did.
Got to be more careful, man. On that note, man, we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Y'all boys got the last word. Cause she wasn't wrapping it up at Arya.
Damn.
Married women don't wrap it up.
She's on that 23rd floor giving it up.
Wrap her hands around this. That's the only rapping she do.
Sound like Fred's lawn service in that motherfucker.
What did you say, the lawnmower?
Like a 1998 go-kart.
That nigga say it sound like a chainsaw and they're giving up their throat.
Oh shit! I ain't got nothing, man.
Don't you do it?
Sad, man. Y'all ain't got nothing before we get up out of here, man. New merch coming, man. Y'all see the sweaters, man. We got them on the way. New colorways, jackets available. Krewseason.com. Y'all make sure y'all tap into the brand, man. If y'all ain't tapped in already, we got t-shirts coming as well. We working on getting all of that stuff done, and we're gonna restock not everything. We're gonna restock one of the sweaters that was highly, highly, highly requested. We working on that. I just spoke to the plug today. We should have that situated in about 2 weeks here. And, when all these things drop, man, y'all make sure y'all tap in and support the way that y'all always have. We appreciate y'all.
Damn me.
Crusader Nation in the building, man. Patreon in the building. Sleazeball, you in the goddamn building. Smooth will be back next week. We love y'all, man.
I might be.
Maybe, maybe not.
Told y'all.
If he ain't.
How do we know?
Kenny T-Mac.
How do we know?
How will we know? To the day of.
Straight up. But yeah, I think that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
Love y'all, bro.
Love the support. Keep sharing. Holidays coming up. Show it to your family, friends, all that stuff, man. Like, gather everybody around. We got some real shit to talk about. Find your favorite episode. Put it on for the people. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just appreciate y'all, man. For real. We really do.
Yeah, rules of engagement in terms of the beatbox still coming. We're still compiling the list, but when we do, we're gonna make it public. We're gonna put it on all of the social media platforms, and it's gonna be a point system. Let me give y'all a little breakdown of how this is gonna go. Right, it's gonna be a list of things that you're gonna have to do to qualify to get a certain amount of points. So if we have, let's say, hey, tag somebody in 3 posts or tag 3 people in this post. That's gonna be worth 5 points. Say, hey, take a picture with the beatbox somewhere, do this. That's 10 points. So how it's gonna work is we're gonna have a list of things, right? And whoever, you could do one thing multiple times, but whoever has the most points by the deadline, the top 2 people, that's who gonna get their rent paid for the holidays. That's how it's gonna work.
We putting a limit on that rent too. Don't we come up here with $4,500 rent?
Straight up.
Motherfucker that moved into this apartment December 1st. $4,500 rent. Nigga, what?
Hell nah. But yeah, so that's gonna be the rules of engagement, man. So y'all tap in. We gonna have this list out to y'all very, very, very soon. We appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Salute to Beatbox, salute to the plug. We back at it again. Wednesday nights. We want to see all y'all there, man. Everybody that tap into this thing from an audio perspective, make sure that y'all create YouTube accounts, log in, rock with us on Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. That's Central.
We doing this Wednesday?
Definitely.
That's before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's Thursday, right?
Thursday. Yeah.
I'm about to get a new setup. I'm gonna be out of town.
It's all good.
Trying to plan my setup, but yeah, okay.
All right. But yeah. So on that note, man, we out of here, man. We gonna play a record, man. It's another throwback. This off that Giveon. It's called Another Heartbreak. Since we talking about dudes, wives on girls trips, getting their back out. But yeah, salute to Giveon, man. It's called Another Heartbreak. We appreciate y'all tapping into it, man. We are gone.
She was just there for the season.